Okay, we're back.
You're drinking the coffee. Oh, you already.
I already finished it.
You feel more alive now?
I do feel more alive.
Feel more awake?
Yeah.
Okay, good. We were losing Braden there for a little bit.
Yep.
He's falling asleep. Must be boring.
It was terribly boring.
Oh. No, I can't even see my own video.
I'm watching it.
Why can't I see it over here? Be nice to see it so I could chat. If that's actually going to happen. But whatever, I guess, right? Whoa, what is that?
Probably the thing.
I sent a link
Messenger.
for the one that's now streaming.
Messenger. Okay.
According to
Yeah, funny.
Oh yeah, I can attack twice.
And now I can see
I
chat.
can have an extra attack every time I attack.
Are you in live? Are you watching the live?
Yes. And in the live, I can see chat. Or, yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Fire Stuffer.
Fire Stuffer.
That's
Fire
you?
Stuffer. It's been Fire Stuffer
For many years.
Absolutely forever. It's been a very long time.
Okay. At least we're back to it.
Alright, I'm alive.
You're awake now?
I am awake.
Okay, so you just killed the 3. The 1 ran out the door and got a pretty good head start. Okay?
After
We
him.
need to capture him alive.
Alright.
Hurry.
Okay. Allegium is still looking over those 3.
I'm gonna end up running at him. And
Okay. So you're running out the door?
Yeah, I'm gonna chase after the
He's
one
gonna
running away.
he's gonna go flash on him.
Okay, so you're going after the one that's running away?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got to maneuver your way through to the door, and by the time you get out to the door, he is way down there. Okay? He's running, he's booking it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I'd say it's dark outside, so he's almost to a point where you can't see him anymore. And
He's got night vision.
He does.
I do have night. I can see in the dark.
Okay.
I also can use my Zephyr Strike to move a lot faster as well.
Yes, you can. Okay? So you're going to run out the door and immediately cast Zephyr Strike? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, I'm chasing after this guy.
Okay. Zephyr Strike hurts. Remember that. It's a damaging attack.
It's a 1d8.
So you could kill him.
It's a 1d8. I'll go for the legs.
Okay. Aiming
incapacitate
makes
him.
it more difficult to accomplish it, but we'll go with it.
Dang, it still makes me move way faster.
That's true. It does. You're correct. Steven's like, stop making it difficult, Eric. Let him get him. Stop it. Let him get him. I can see him over there twitching. He's like, no.
I want him.
No, we need to intimidate.
Interrogate.
Experiment.
Oh, okay.
I mean, just strap him down and chop his head off after he tells us everything.
Okay, so
And then,
I would
then
say
Allegium can save his blood.
I would say
In the vial.
at this point, his location. Think relative here, guys. If I were to go out the door, walk to this road, his location is at the intersection. He's a ways away.
Okay.
He's moving fast.
Okay.
So he's that far away.
Okay.
So
Was
when
he moving at an unnaturally fast speed?
He was.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So when he goes to him, unless you guys have a way to catch up with Braden, it is Braden and him.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
We're okay with this. I'm
Go
going
for
to
it,
put it out
Pally.
there. I'm just going to put it out there.
Palikos.
Okay.
Kieran, go help
Okay.
I'm gonna send Kieran.
Just have him at least follow me out.
Okay. So you do your Zephyr strike. Let's roll to see how successful you are.
16. I keep on rolling 16s right today.
'Kay.
Alright. It's at least decent. It's a high decent.
And it's a 1d8 you said, right?
Yeah, it's a 1d8.
Roll
Okay.
low. You won't damage
Oh.
him much.
Well, I rolled an 8, but
Okay, so
You can just say I'm lightly hitting him or something. Not full strength. How about that?
Yeah.
this is funny.
Go for the legs.
I mean, I'm doing it bare hands instead of
Just
with my weapon.
incapacitate him.
Okay,
So that way at least.
so you
Go for the
disappear
leg.
and you appear right by him. Okay, you appear right by him, and you start to strike at him, and you hit him and you trip him because he rolls well too. And so remember that. Always remember that when I say you guys aren't always successful. Don't forget that they
Yeah,
have
they
ways to
roll
dodge.
too. Yeah.
Okay. So you hit him and you trip him and he falls to the ground. And he hits hits the ground and you've only tripped him. You didn't actually damage him. Surprisingly, even though you did well. Okay. and he's laying on the ground and he starts sliding himself, backwards, like on the ground, like pushing himself backwards, like don't come near me type of scenario.
Do you have robes?
And in front of you, you guys can kind of see it down. So do you guys go out and start to head towards?
Yeah. I mean, and I sent Kieran after
'Kay.
to go out.
So you guys step out of here. At this point, they're probably almost basically just sportsmen's.
Mm-hmm.
That's how far away they are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys can barely make them out. Okay. He falls to the ground, and you start to. Do you walk up to him to kind of stand over the top of him? I imagine, right?
Yeah.
So tell me.
I'm gonna basically. I'm gonna try to just intimidate him. I'm gonna pull out my bow and my arrow and
Okay.
be ready.
Okay. So,
That's
what tell him.
were you gonna say something to him?
I mean, I don't know if he'll understand me, but sure, I'll be like, you gotta come with me if you don't want to die.
Okay, so you say that to him, and as you start to say that to him, you start to notice a red glow. Okay? You start to see this red glow, and it appears all over the ground. Okay? And as you're talking to him, you notice that the red glow isn't coming from him because you can see you're casting a shadow on him. So there's a red
from
glow
up above.
coming from somewhere up above.
Hmm.
Okay? There's a red glow coming from somewhere up above. And it's almost like the red glow, like a moon, like a blood moon almost. A red glow. Okay? And it's starting to glow and you kind of notice it. What do you do? You guys can kind of see, you can see off in the distance something like probably about 2 stories high, like like an orb, a red orb glowing.
Just a red globe.
A red, yeah,
Like
that's all
just
you
red?
can make out from it.
Okay.
And I'd say it's probably the size of that opening right there. So
Okay.
it's pretty big down there. You can
Like
see
it's
it.
that size at their distance.
No, that's the size of the orb. So from their distance, it looks smaller, but it's
Obviously,
a bigger
for
orb.
me, for me, it's like
It's big,
way bigger.
and it's probably about 2 to 3 stories high. I'd say it's 3 stories high, and it's behind Braden or Pelagos. So let's do this. Where's the guy? So the guy has fallen to the ground. He's here. And the blood orb is 3 stories high about here. That you can see, the glowing orb. And it's casting a shadow down. And you can see the red, and you can see your shadow as outline as the red, and it's everywhere. You can see that. So your shadow is being cast kind of like this way or over him,
And
over the top of the guy,
How
basically on top of him,
far?
because you're standing over the top of him.
How far are we from that orb?
You're all the way, like I told you.
In feet.
You're out in feet. I
From
would
here
s-
to Sportsman's.
You're
100, 200,
probably
300, 500.
1,000. I'd say a third of a mile away. It's a ways down.
Yeah, it's like
Third of a mile?
Yeah, probably a little less than that.
Because a mile is 5,000.
It's probably-
200 and something.
It's probably
It's like 5280 or something. Like
yeah. It's probably like
1,000 feet.
a football. Yeah, football
yeah,
field.
100 yards.
100.
Yeah, a little more than that.
A little more than that.
200 yards.
Yeah,
300
you're
yards.
you're quite a ways away.
2 or 3 football fields.
Because I'm just trying to see.
So you, in order for
at
you to
our
catch up with
maximum
that,
in speed,
yeah,
how
it
long
will
it
take
takes
you.
to
It would take you probably almost a minute to get up to him running.
That's like 10 rounds by yourself, or 10 turns by yourself.
Okay.
That I'll figure it out. But you also have how fast is
Flying
Kieran.
is also. Oh, I don't know how fast is Kieran. You have to decide how fast is Kieran.
So Kieran is probably about halfway between the two of you.
Okay.
He's at a halfway point
So you're still 5 rounds
by yourself.
5 turns by yourself.
okay?
Okay.
Well,
So tell me kind of what you're gonna do, because the timing of what's happening right now is really imperative. Do you continue to just, I'm gonna drill into this guy, I'm gonna keep intimidating him, or do you turn around and see what the hell's happening? But that leaves your back to
no,
the guy.
No. I want to be like, what's going on, and like have my arrow like start charging up with lightning.
What's going on is what you
Yeah.
say to him. So you keep it pointed on him.
Yeah,
Okay. You say what's going on in your tongue.
yeah. Like explain what is happening.
You hear behind you a crackling, and almost like a you hear that noise happening behind you, and you hear you just keep with the arrow on him. Yeah, it's okay. I want to know.
I don't know. I almost wanted to shoot it.
It's up
Shoot
to
him in the
you.
leg or something.
Yeah, you shoot him with a lightning arrow. Lightning's coursing through that guy's body. If you shoot him with a regular arrow, that's a different story. But got to be quick here because I'm gonna move.
I'm gonna. He's still on the ground. He can't get up
He is
that
on the
fast.
ground. He's on the
He can't
ground.
get up that fast.
You look at him. He hasn't done much of anything.
He's scared.
scared to death. He's not cast a spell. Something's happening. He's backing himself up.
There's obviously the orb is a big deal. So I think since I'm charging up like my arrow with lightning, I'm just gonna shoot the orb. It's only like 3 stories away, right?
So you're gonna turn around and shoot the orb. Leaves your back to him.
yeah, but he's terrified.
You guys are trying to catch up. This is happening instantaneously.
Yeah.
Right, I mean, you're in a
And you
tough
need to
spot
decide
anyway.
because
It's a tough spot.
yeah, you need to decide.
Yeah, basically, which threat do you think is a bigger
Yeah, that's what you need to
It's-
decide because you got to be quick because this is happening instantaneously.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna, since I'm already charging it up and terrifying this guy, and this guy's obviously terrified of whatever's happening above, probably.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot the orb. Like take a step to the side and
You're
just
gonna do
aim
both
straight
of
up.
your actions per round? Because you get 2 actions per round right now.
Oh yeah, I get 2 attacks.
Yes, 2 attacks.
Well, you guys don't know what else is happening, but we can keep going.
Alright.
I'm just gonna start counting round turns. 1 second turn right now. You better. Do
You better
something.
hurry because I'm
Yeah.
going to move forward. I'm going to consider you just still pointing the arrow at him because this is what's going to happen. I need you to know.
Yeah, no,
I need to know if the second you hear that you turn and fire,
Yeah.
or
No, that's exactly
or you
what I-
continue to hold it on him while that noise is going because there's stuff happening instantly.
No.
Right?
Yeah. No. I definitely want to turn and fire, and then I get 2 things with my attacks, right? So I would
So
I
the
have a
first-
feeling it's going to shoot something out.
So the first thing so you're going to turn and fire instantly the second you hear that noise.
Yeah. There's a weird red glow going on.
And you can see it. It's a bright
I would
glow.
definitely do that. Yeah.
Okay, so roll a d20 then.
10.
What's
Okay.
your modifier?
What, a dex modifier?
And this is your lightning arrow.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Well, if it's based off dexterity, I have a +4, so it's 14. Okay.
Okay? So, you turn around and you fire your arrow. It's a lightning arrow.
Mhm.
Towards the orb.
Yeah.
Well, whatever the sound that you
Yeah.
can see.
Yeah.
Whatever the glowing
Straight
light
up
is.
to that.
So you turn around instantly and go. And you look up, and above you is an orb.
A big one?
A big, like the size of this.
Oh.
And breaking open what looks like is an opening. So this is all red. All red.
It's a portal?
There's a figure. There's a figure stepping out of it. Well, that's not.
That. Alright.
There's a
He's back
figure.
in.
There's a figure stepping out of it. And he's basically holding a weapon in his hand. Okay. And the weapon is like this long, like almost like a polearm. It's got a big blade on it. Okay. Basically is like a polearm. And you shoot your arrow towards him. And he, ting, the arrow goes flying off.
You get another shot then.
Okay?
FYI, we're not live anymore. Check your stream.
Looks like to me.
Looks live to me.
Yep, looks like to me.
Yeah, it's live to me too.
Yep. I still see it. 2 watching now. Live. Yep.
I think it just died for you. Yeah, it's showing for me.
Okay?
Okay, I have to.
The brightness of the orb is bright, so
I like
you.
that letter.
Okay, whatever.
I like that letter too, don't worry.
Whatever. The brightness of the orb is bright that you can only see a figure. You can't see it. It's like a bloody. You can when you look at it, the orb is glowing, and it looks like it's flowing blood, glowing blood that's flowing through the orb.
Well, then I would probably turn and just be like, "Who is that?" and like grab him.
Is that your
guy on the
next
ground.
turn? You turn and you
Next
grab him.
action.
Yeah, that would be my next action.
Okay.
on it.
Then you see this individual jumps down out of it, flies down,
Towards him?
does the superhero
You
landing,
should use the big red guy.
spins his spear, puts it down to the ground, walks over to you, looks
Oh
at
boy.
you, pulls it up, and you make out the look of the creature. And it is a creature dressed very similar to a ranger. It's got a bow
What?
on his back. And his face looks just like a fox's face. He looks very similar to a face of a fox.
Like a
But he's a
Kitsune
bigger
kind of
dude.
guy.
He's probably about 7 feet tall. Big, muscular, really armored, like
Male
with leather.
type.
Yeah, he's a male. Well, no, the armor is
Well.
leather, very much like a ranger.
Well,
Okay.
I meant just like
He's got a bow.
he
You
is
guys don't
male.
see this yet. You can see that something's over there. with
Obviously
him.
a dude though.
Yeah, it's a dude, and it's a big fox head.
Okay, now we're in third turn. Turn 3.
Okay,
I assume that we're in turn 3 now. still counting.
It's this guy's still doing, and he walks over to the guy. He walks over to the cultist who now you're holding up, and he takes his weapon, and he goes, chops the cultist's head off.
Oh, he's on our side.
What?
Not necessarily.
He chops the cultist's head off, and so you drop the body, I imagine, because you're backing up, right?
What the hell?
Drop the body, and then he looks at you, And his eyes are kind of more snake-like eyes, not like a fox's eyes.
Okay.
And
so
you
super
see-
slitted and then
slitted.
has like
Yeah,
Ooh.
with a
what, I don't remember what they're called.
and
but
then he takes his weapon and he looks towards the cloak and he strikes the cloak, and the cloak catches on fire, and you can see like bubbles with the blood of the blood in the cloak, the thing, and then the mist and stuff, like what has happened with the previous guys, happens with this guy, and it goes up and it flies away, and he looks at you and he says, "My master," and he speaks in very much common tongue, "has had enough of your toying around."
Wait. I'm in shock.
And as you're looking, this portal closes, the orb closes completely into an orb, and then disappears.
So it was kind of like an arcane eye, kind of.
And he's big, he's bigger than you. He's like 7 feet tall.
Dude, this
And he is buff. He is well
this is
built
like a
buff.
level 18 character.
Yeah, he is buff. And he's eyeing you down, and he starts to raise his thing. And at that moment, what is your little doggie's name?
Kieran.
Kieran jumps on his back, and he tumbles around, and he starts to, "What is this thing?" And you see him reach back, and he grabs Kieran, and he launches Kieran down the road. So Kieran goes flying, probably like 100 feet down the thing. Goes flying 100 feet down there. You guys are still trying to catch up, and you've kind of
We're
backed
seeing
up.
this as, like,
Kieran goes
bigger.
flying here. Let me get a guy that's going to represent the dude.
Yeah, like the big red one or something.
Yeah, this will be. We'll do this as him.
That makes sense because he was big and red.
Okay. And he's thrown him. This guy is now disintegrated and is gone, and he's destroyed the cloak. And he's thrown, and now he starts coming towards you again with his big thing.
Well,
And about this time,
they're pretty close.
you guys
but-
are pretty close. You're in striking range.
Okay.
Well, I got one too, bud.
His is bigger. This
Obviously.
thing is huge. It is big, and it is a powerful.
I mean,
It's like a-
he's like this to me. His weapons
Literally,
twice the
like
size.
he towers. He's big over you. And you can, like, he is like one of those muscular dudes that does bench press.
Bodybuilders.
Yeah, bodybuilder.
Okay. Do we roll now for initiative, like our order of attack?
Yep. Roll for who wants to go first. Let's see who's gonna go first.
I'm assuming I'll
19.
probably do
He's
something.
back. So where this is, we're gonna say is a wall of a building. So this is a wall of a building.
I rolled a 19.
You're between two buildings.
Ooh,
He rolled a 20.
Oh!
The only way to beat a 19 is to roll the perfect 20. Should I still roll since I'm like up
No,
with this guy? Yeah.
you're occupied with him at the moment,
Okay.
and his focus is on you.
What am I doing?
Legion needs to get over there too.
Yeah.
You can see that he's got a quill with a whole bunch of arrows in it. He's got a bow, and the bow is not a common bow. You can tell it's enchanted, it's magical, and it is a powerful bow. And you can see the arrows that he has in his quill are not regular arrows. They look like they're. This guy is similar to what he said.
A level 18.
Yeah, level 18 badass with everything that I would want.
He does. He's a ranger.
Everything.
He's a ranger just like you.
A level 18 will slaughter us all. Well, maybe not. Exception will be a legion, but
I don't know. I want to try to talk to him. Like, obviously he's gonna attack, so I'm gonna have to be like dancing with him.
You're gonna because he's focused on you because you're right there.
Did you roll a 19 as well?
No, I'm not going for initiative because he's
Yeah, he's got you back.
with me.
He's backed you down into
Yeah.
the corner. Oh, backed you into the corner. Like he's pushed you back into the corner. Like you're like, holy shit, what is going on here?
Yeah,
Kind of like what was this guy was just happening to him.
yeah,
And I
And
imagine you
obviously
guys
he was
know why
terrified.
he just killed him.
yeah. Because he didn't want us to know.
He doesn't want you to get this stuff you're getting.
Well, I still gotta dance. I still gotta dance. with
You're
him.
dancing with
I'm
him.
dancing.
Yes, you are.
I can't do
You're
much
dancing.
else. So,
Okay, so you're going first. What's happening?
Merge.
You're merging with your creature? Okay, so that's difficult at the moment.
That's difficult at the moment.
Remember,
He's
Yeah,
like way
he,
over
he
here.
was thrown.
He was
like,
thrown.
Yeah, but it's
500
a magical
yards.
merger. He's an
So
astral-
I'm going to say you can merge,
Okay.
but it's going to take
Take this
you.
turn.
It's going to take a couple turns.
couple turns, like 2 or
Yeah, it's going to take at least 2 turns.
Okay.
Because I will say he will astrally phase.
Mhm.
You will phase at the same time,
Okay.
and by the time you merge and everything's done, it's 2 turns later.
Okay.
Okay, so you can merge. That's
Yes.
fine. So you're merging.
I'm merging.
Okay, we're
So
gonna
he disappears.
say he's gone because you're merging. Okay, Stephanie, what are you doing?
all right, I'm casting
you should get like a
chain
thing
lightning
so that way you have like
directly
a
at him.
merged.
Chain.
version of you.
Okay, did you hear what
5.
you said?
That'd be cool.
I just want to. You guys listening?
Yes.
She is casting chain lightning. Do you recall how close he is to him,
Oh,
and what you're casting?
okay.
I'm right here.
Chain lightning.
Never mind.
Has 0 forgiveness and will chain to another person.
Okay.
You can cast it if you like, though.
I
I
did
just
that back.
want to put that out there.
Scorching ray. All
So
3
it
scorching
will hit-
rays directly at him.
Okay. Roll.
Okay, the first
In the
one.
meantime, I'm going to be
You're
like,
dancing.
I'm dancing and trying to talk to this guy.
The first one is a 9.
Okay.
Second one, 12. Third
Okay.
one, 8.
Okay. Okay.
And let's see, 2d6, I think it is.
Roll for damage.
Yeah,
That's
2d6.
This is me after merger. Taller.
I think that you're going to have more. You're not going to look quite human, though.
No, I'm not.
You're
No,
going
it's
to be
just-
a lot more
it's just-
animalistic.
Yeah.
It's just at the moment until we can get
Okay,
something
the first
like that.
one,
Mhm.
5.
Okay.
And that was the 8.
Uh-huh.
This is the 12, and it's 7.
Okay.
And then the third one was, no, the first one was 9, 12, and then 8. 4.
5, 7, 4.
So you cast those
Okay.
3 things. Okay.
I'm assuming I'm gonna have to.
You're standing there.
Duck.
Are you wearing any metal armor?
I'm a leather.
You're a leather wearer, just
both
like
are
him.
wearing leather.
You should
so-
be
You're
glad that
just
they're
like
all
him.
wearing leather, because chain lightning will do more damage
Well,
to
she
targets.
She
changed
changed.
to
She's
scorching ray,
scorching
which
ray.
is
Oh.
fire.
So what ends up if
Piercing
she,
fire.
if she casts chain lightning, he's so close to him that it would hurt him. So she casts scorching ray. The first ray starts heading towards him, and you see he can see it out of the corner of his eye, and he turns, takes his spear, and the blade of it, he turns and he hits, and the ray hits the blade. It goes, and it ricochets and goes right around him. And
That's sick.
And it hits, and it hits you a little bit.
That's sick, though.
Roll a d20. Let's see how well you're able to dodge out of its way.
17.
You dodge it. It heads your direction.
Ooh, glow!
As it, and then the second ray starts to come towards him, and he lifts his thing up and goes. The ray just explodes right on his blade, and the third one he goes when he hits it again, and the ray turns around and starts coming your direction.
I duck.
Roll a d20.
Do you have another action?
14.
Though, in this round?
Huh?
Do you have two actions? in
No,
a
she
round?
doesn't, and she does not dodge it.
So you don't get to.
You don't dodge it. So you take the full ray right back into the face. He sends it right back at you. So you take 4 points of damage. So he does that and sends it right back at you. Then you see him. He now starts to lose a little bit of his focus, and as he turns and sees you guys coming, and you see him start to spin his blade. He starts to spin his blade, and you can see almost like wind, like blades start to appear around him, and they start to appear around him, and he starts sending them your direction.
So he's doing like some crossblade thing,
see-
and then
Yeah,
just
he's like
Good for you that you're so close to him. You can probably do call shot. You could like shoot him in the face.
you can try.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? So, he does that, and he sends basically like air blades flying your guys' direction. You need to roll a d20 to see if you're successful at dodging. You're in the midst of merging,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Right. So I can't really.
You shitty dodge,
I'm not.
yeah.
I'm
Okay.
pretty much standing, but I do have a 17 armor class.
Okay. So the blades go flying this direction. Okay? You have been hit. The blade comes your direction, and you're partially phased and partially merging at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
and it hits you
Mm-hmm.
and busts your merging right into and knocks you to the ground. You take
Oh.
no damage, but it takes away your
It's
merge.
interrupted,
It breaks
yeah.
your merge.
Okay.
well, at least you guys
And
are
it
next to each
blows
other.
both of you to the ground.
Okay.
Okay? So that stops you.
Okay.
Theoden takes one right to the chest, and it blows him back. It probably blows him back 10, 15 feet. It hits him hard and knocks him to the ground and blows him back. Fluter Flan, you see him start to stealth, and as he's in the midst of stealth, the thing hits him and blows him back as well, knocks him to the ground. Allegium sees it coming, and you see him. He puts his arms apart, and he goes, and he turns into a cloud of mist.
Oh,
And the
he
blade-
went to gaseous form.
Yeah, he went into gaseous form, and the blades fly right through him. And then you see the gaseous form up again, and Allegium phases back to form again. And he sees everybody to the ground, and you see him reach into his cloak, and he pulls out a vial with purple sauce
Oh,
stuff
the
in it.
purple one.
And he pops the vial, and you see him look around, and he's like, "Oh my god!" You can see the look of fear in his eyes, and he bottoms it up, and you see him gulp it, the vial.
It's the temporary. I'm gonna turn to a god.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I should say so. The last time he drank a purple vial, he went off in different directions and ended up in a cave somewhere where a spider thing was sucking out his energy, and I ended up in the asshole.
He drank too much of it, and he couldn't control it.
Yeah, he went awry.
So he lost control of himself.
Did he drink the whole vial this time?
No, he doesn't. You see him, he doesn't drink the whole thing, but you see him, he drinks it, and he puts it back up, and as you guys are getting to your feet, you look at him, and he starts to glow purple, and you can see his veins, they're purple, starts pounding through his veins, and his hair starts to almost like float, like when you're
Super Saiyan.
you're in like a gravity-free environment. And you see him,
Exactly.
his eyes start to glow red, and he goes and like a cyclops. You see like a red beam goes flying towards this dude. And this dude, you see him, he pulls his axe and he goes and he hits the ground, and he slides back and is pushing him back in the ground. And the beam is spraying over, and you see it hitting the buildings, and the buildings are
This
taking
halberd
damage
thing
and
is
just
so
shattering
cool.
and crumbling. and the beam, the guy lifts it up, and after the beam's done, and the guy, you can see now he doesn't even care about you at all. He's not even focused on you. He sees nothing but Elysium, and he starts to run towards Elysium, full blast, and Elysium starts to hover up into the air. His cloak is all moving and all flowing in all directions. And he fires the beam again down towards him. He's probably about as high as the orb was. And the guy takes his spear and he hits the spear, and the beam goes flying everywhere. And you can see the ground's he's digging deep into the ground as everything's flying everywhere. And the guy, you can see, throws the spear over towards Elysium. And Elysium sees it coming towards him, and he grabs the spear and barely pushes it out of the direction. And it pushes Elysium, and he goes flying back into a building, and he shatters into the building and disappears into the building. And the spear goes flying off into another rooftop of another building, and the guy's there without his weapon. And you guys are now to your feet, and Elysium has flown into the building. So Elysium flew up, did the beam, the spear got thrown at him, and he flies off, and he gets thrown into the building.
The spear!
And the spear goes flying off into another building over here.
Guys,
And now
Find the spear!
You should go get the
yeah,
spear.
now this guy is right here. And now you guys are to your feet. And you see all this going on. And he doesn't have his weapon at the moment. Your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna cast lightning bolt, my strongest attack.
well, now he's away from me, so that's not good.
Okay.
10, 15. Does it hit?
Roll for damage.
Okay. I'm spending another sorcery point to do double damage.
Okay.
Plus 21.
And you said the weapon went out this way?
Yeah, I want to fly in this direction. I'm going to have to draw the town again, guys. Sorry, because obviously we're not at the inn anymore. We've ran down the hall, down the ways.
Yeah, we went like...
Yeah,
You're
and the
way
town is
down
like
that
way.
The inn's
down.
way back here.
Oh, wait. Plus. 15 plus. I pushed the minus. 60 points total.
Okay, so your lightning does land. You cast lightning bolt. You're right by him. You're not merged, but you cast lightning, and he's not really still focused on you. He almost considers you insignificant. All of you insignificant.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's 60 points.
No, you're right.
Okay.
But I'm just saying,
Yes.
right now he doesn't care about you. He's
Uh-huh.
focused on where Elysium is and where his weapon is, right?
Right.
So then you just go boom, right? And he's basically, you're like over in that corner over there, and he's basically right here, and you go like, you strike him with lightning, and you go and arcs around him, and you could see, the bolts of lightning. You can see his skull, and it's the skull of a fox as he arcs. And he gets mad, and then you see him reach back
Okay.
for his bow, and then he pulls for a quiver.
One
And
of his
it's
enchanted
and
arrows.
FYI, he's fast.
Uh-huh.
So I know you guys have an order, but he can go between your orders
Well, he
and have extra turns.
I know he has at least 3 actions.
Yeah, so he can
Wow.
keep going.
That is
So he can
insane,
keep going.
Yeah.
But I'm
Wow.
gonna say it's another person's turn, and it's her turn because she
Right,
had initiative.
yeah.
You're gonna be next, but you're behind him. You're back there behind him now. So plan your next turn.
Okay.
It's advantageous when you're behind somebody and attacking.
I don't know. We have mixed,
I'm going
mixed
to
actions.
What are you casting?
fireball.
Okay, fireball.
7.
Okay. So you're right to the side of him. You're literally So he was in the corner there because I'm looking where you guys are at, and you're literally almost to the side of him. You're like right here, and he's walking this direction. So you cast Fireball. So roll for damage.
I hope to God that like Fluter goes and tries to get the weapon and hide it from him or something.
8.
8d6.
Or bring it back to me so that way I could use it or something. Try to. It's probably way too big and heavy at the moment. Or at least the bow would be sick to have.
Everything he has would be sick to have.
Of course.
Honestly.
Of course
Honestly.
it would be. But that massive halberd thing.
If we
It is
somehow
way
win
awesome,
this fight
dude.
and kill him, you better strip him down to nothing.
Down to nothing. Absolutely. I'd wear it all.
Okay, here we go.
Be like, I'm going naked, guys. I'm changing right now.
So is this all of them?
6, yeah. 8, 9, 14, 17, 19, 21, 27.
Okay. So you cast Fireball right next to him. Again, he's pulled his bow and he looks like he's starting to aim towards you. Okay?
Okay.
And you cast Fireball. And your Fireball is successful. And it goes off, and it's really point blank, so you might feel a little bit of the shockwave of the explosion. Look how close you guys are. And you hit him. You do hit him. You hit him, and it hits him, and it knocks him against the building. Boom! And he drops his bow, and the shockwave blows basically all of you down to your. The shockwave from the fireball knocks you down. I think he's still up. Knocks you to the ground because it's an explosion. Okay. He gets blown back, and you can see his fur is caught on fire a little bit, and he's getting pissed. You can see him getting pissed, and he reaches down to grab his bow, and now it's your turn.
I'm going to use Steel Wind Strike, the one that hits 6d10 force damage. So I can... you flourish weapon used in the casting, and then banish to strike like the wind. Choose up to 5 creatures you can see within range. Make a melee spell attack against each target on a hit. The target takes 6d10 force damage, and then teleport within 5 feet of one of the targets you hit. To an
So how many times does it hit the target? Just once?
Just once.
Yeah.
And then you
but I can
teleport
hit
your-
up to 5. But I can
But
could
they
go
only have
within.
one target, though.
Yeah, exactly.
So what is this? What is this spell again? Sorry, name it.
Still Wind Strike.
Okay.
It's my level 5, so it's
Okay.
about the only one.
So
that
does
I
it
have.
use a weapon like a sword or something?
Yeah, I would end up using my glaive.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll for success.
Oh please. Oh my.
Okay.
You do have 2 actions.
Roll for damage.
6
What did you roll?
The 2.
Oh! Oops.
That shit happens.
9. 5.
14.
9. It's
23.
10.
Ooh, 33.
How many?
33.
That's 4 of them so far. Plus 2, 35. And plus 1, 36.
Okay. So you teleport to him, right?
Yeah.
You teleport to him, and as you teleport to him, he almost like a slow motion. You ever watch those where you can see slow motion?
Yeah.
You teleport to him, and at almost like a slow motion, he sees you, and he turns around and he grabs you. So he's no longer going for his bow, and he
Shit.
picks you up and he goes, boom, and he throws you, and you fly this way, probably about half a football field.
Jeez.
In the midst of flying, can I shoot him? Because I have a second action.
You can try. You can try. Remember how difficult that will be.
Yeah,
We
he
will
will
try.
increase your difficulty.
Of
So
course.
even if you roll a 20, it might not be a 20 in reality.
Correct.
Of
So
course.
remember that. But
I
why
mean,
not?
It's
I'll
I
allow
might
you.
as well try.
I'll allow it.
No, that's not bad.
16. I wish that first one was a
What's your
16.
what's your dex modifier? 4, right?
Yeah.
So that's a 20.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you are flying backwards, and you pull your, as you're flying, you pull your bow. Well, you still have to draw it, so that's gonna. You pull your bow and you fire, and it goes by him, and you see him go. Because the arrow
This
goes
guy
flying
is
by
like
him.
way powerful. He's like,
Yes.
Okay,
Level 18s are basically like gods. Almost.
so
Demigod.
as this is going, you guys start to feel the ground.
I mean, he did come from a giant red eye.
As this is going, you see him dodge it, and as you guys are getting up again onto your feet, right? You're getting on your feet. I imagine everybody
Yeah,
is.
Of course.
The ground starts to shake. You feel the ground start to shake, and the ground is starting to shake, and then all of a sudden, over in the distance,
Legion
you see an
Cobra.
explosion of a building, and you see a Legion fly up into
yes.
the air again. And you see him almost like Superman, basically. He goes flying down towards this dude, and he tackles him, and he hits him. And they go flying onto the ground, like digging a big hole into the ground past you. And then as they're in the ground, you can see the big dude is like decking a Legion, and this Legion is holding him down. And the big dude's boom, boom. And the Legion, you can see him, Legion's just taking a hit. You see this as he goes, they're digging through the ground really quickly by you. And then they get to here, and then they stand up, and then you see, and you see a Legion go flying backwards. And he flies into the ground, and then you see this guy. At this point, you guys have turns, but they're so far away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you want to merge, you can still merge at this point. Let me know.
Okay. I'm going to merge.
Okay, so you're merging,
Mm.
and you're right next to your pet. So you merge.
Okay.
So we'll say you merge. He jumps like really high, lands on the building, and you can see he's going for his weapon. And a Legion gets up, and you can see he gets up and he shakes himself off a little bit, and you can see his potion's starting to wear a little bit.
I mean, this guy is kicking God mode a Legion.
Okay, so
Yeah, but this guy
He
is
has
a very fast ranger. He'll be able to chase us down if we run. So
yes,
we
So-
have to beat him.
So at this moment, he's on the roof somewhere. You cannot see him because the roof is high. He's on like a second-story roof.
And that red eye thing isn't there anymore, right? So we don't have
Yeah,
much,
this is
as
gone.
much light.
This has disappeared.
Okay.
So Legion shakes his head a little bit.
Are we just saying that this building, like this section of the building, is basically what that building is or something?
Yeah, we can say that. It's just
It just
another
makes
building.
it as a reference.
Yeah, but this is 2 stories high, and this one I'd say is 3 stories high.
Okay.
Okay, so Legion goes. You can see a Legion still. he like, and he jumps
He's
up
like a
here.
Super Saiyan.
Yeah, and he gets up here, and you can hear them like, and you can feel the ground tremble, like shake, and the building and pieces are flying off everywhere. And then all of a sudden, you guys start to see a red glow. Again, very
Uh-oh.
similar red glow.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
Reinforce them.
okay.
okay.
And then the red glows goes on for probably about 10. Unfortunately, you guys can't get to anything. They're upstairs, unless you fly. But
I can't right now. I've used all my
Yeah.
free spells.
and you guys are really still haven't rested. Remember this.
Right.
So your super
Yeah.
powerful spells are really at an end.
Yeah. I think I only have one level 4.
The red glows for a little bit, and then you see a Legion jump down, and the red glow disappears.
Oh, he was retrieving.
He
Did
retreats.
he manage to grab his weapon though?
You can go look for it if you
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
That's exactly what I was gonna go try to do while the Legion was
So
fighting.
a Legion jumps,
Check for his
comes to the
arrow
ground.
and
Wait. He didn't
Spear.
grab his bow, did he?
he just
He left his
said
bow.
weapon, but was it his spear or his
No,
bow?
he left his bow. He was reaching
His
for
spear went over here, but he was reaching for
for
his bow.
and
but
it
But
fell.
Randy and Allegium came in and hit
he
him.
abandoned his bow when he was to
When
grab
the
him
Legion-
instead.
Yeah.
And then Allegium came in
So
right
there is
after
a bow on the
Ruby.
ground.
Woohoo!
You better grab that bow. Just.
Okay, so the spear is still in the
You
building.
don't know.
I am going to. Can I? With my merger form, can I jump? I mean, how high is the building?
It's
2
2
stories.
stories.
2 stories.
So it's as high, and there we're on the ceiling, or on the roof, so it'd be as high as this building here.
Can I pounce on? Like
Can you kind of climb your way?
Yeah.
Roll a d20 and I'll tell you if it's possible.
15.
Yeah, I'll let you. You climb up there,
Uh huh.
and Allegium has come to the ground. You can still, he still has some of the effects of the potion, and he's
Are
calmed
you
down.
all right, Allegium?
And Allegium just takes a couple breathers and he goes, got away. He got away.
We've got to figure out some sort of a plan because it looks like these particular people,
You're going to
these
be
blood,
getting up as you guys are talking.
these blood.
That's what you say to him?
Yeah.
So Allegium turns and he looks at you and he says, there's only one of them. This is well, this is one of a few, but this is one of my brother's personal bodyguards.
That would explain why he had really enchanted things and all
And
that
he was
stuff.
very
and he's
powerful.
very powerful.
I
I
know who this
suggest-
was. I remember this individual when I was a child. They were friends with. He was friends with my brother.
I would.
He's one of my brother's personal bodyguards now. He's gone, unfortunately. So you get up there and you look and you can see the there's broken stuff everywhere, and you look around and unfortunately, that is nowhere to be found.
Okay.
But
The bow is still there.
There
right?
is a bow on the ground, correct?
Well,
And you pick it
I
up,
wanted to pick it up.
and it is you can feel that it's incredibly. It's got an aura around it that just is really awesome, but you don't know what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'll come back up.
Allegium, I would
This is some
strongly
high quality
suggest
H2O,
that
baby.
before we head to the Temple of Marduk, that we get ourselves prepared for a couple days, collecting whatever herbs are necessary for your potions, and if we can, maybe supercharge, some of us, others, myself and you and some of the others in our party, that would be extremely helpful, because if we're dealing with something very powerful, and
I'll agree with
You
you
were-
on that. We just have to be careful that it doesn't consume you, because it can be all-consuming, and it can take you, and you can lose yourself in it.
well, I know that all too well,
It's
Allegium,
very powerful.
but not the purple stuff, the green stuff that you had given me before.
Yeah. So,
These guys are still just disintegrated.
that guy was destroyed.
Yeah, that guy was destroyed. These guys are just still just chilling, disintegrated.
Okay. Legium says we need to get rested. I'm myself now. I'm personally exhausted. I'd like to spend the night at that inn. Hopefully, there's no more individuals that show up.
Yeah, I hope not. I'm tired.
Yeah. Let's get some rest.
I've exhausted
And,
a lot of resources.
And then
on
the
this
next
too.
day we can get ourselves prepared to travel to the Temple of Marduk.
I agree. So, you guys make your way back to the inn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Tell me
yeah.
if I'm hearing anything
I'm
different.
definitely down for that.
You make your way back to the inn, and you still see the innkeeper is here, examining what the hell's going on in his inn, because there's
This
There's-
is much more strange than it was before. And it was
so I
already-
imagine you come in the doors here, right?
This place is a lot holier than before.
Holier and burnt and toasty.
So, The innkeeper goes, what is, more people came in here? What happened?
Shut up.
Shut up.
We're tired.
We can talk about it in the morning.
So, you see him, the innkeeper's starting to gather up the cloaks, or are you guys going to gather up the cloaks?
We're gonna gather the cloaks.
Okay.
I thought we already did that before.
No, you
No,
guys ran out the door and went
not
after
these
Not the
him.
3 additional that I gammed in.
There's 3 that you...
We got a total of 5 of them, right? And there was 3 more.
And we
of
could-
them.
So now you
Actually,
have 8 cloaks. So
we could
there's...
actually use these cloaks to disguise ourselves.
To try to get inside the.
Ah.
See?
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Haha, why do you think I keep leaving them?
Now,
So...
let's not forget though, that red guy, that fox guy, destroyed a magical item.
He did, with that weapon, with his weapon.
With his weapon.
Yep. And all that was left was the bow, and he destroyed it with his halberd type weapon.
I am
The giant
shocked
pole
that
arm.
you are alive right now, Legion.
I'm alive because of one thing.
The potion.
The potion is the only reason. So...
That's what I'm saying. We need to get prepared.
Well,
Make yourself lots of.
I think there was a message sent there, or at least you think, right?
Mhm.
So,
I'm going to meditate in the room.
okay, so you guys go back to the room. I imagine you gather up the
Mhm.
clocks.
I'm not emerging at this point.
You're gonna stay
I'm gonna
merged.
stay merged.
Okay. The innkeeper goes and does whatever his own thing. Okay. You guys are going to rest. Granted, you've spent a good portion of the night already. It's probably approaching dawn really soon, even though there's really not much of a dawn, so it's dark.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys rest up and everything. Are you doing it in shifts, or how are we doing this?
Oh, I think I can still
Yeah,
at least set up an alarm.
I mean, there's enough of us that we can
So is everybody sleeping at the same time?
take.
I
Well,
have-
we can each take like an hour.
I can set up an alarm for duration of 8 hours, which is an entire normal sleep.
I only meditate for 4 hours, and so that's what I'm gonna do. Is meditate for 4 hours uninterrupted, and then I'll take my shift.
Okay.
So based off of I'll put
Yeah, if each one of us takes like an hour or so, watch shift. Then
Okay. We'll
I mean,
move this
yeah,
along. You guys sleep through the night, uninterrupted, no issues. Because I want to move you along a little bit.
yeah.
Okay, morning comes, everybody's meditated, everybody's well rested. Well
Well,
rested. Now what are we doing?
Well, let's-
Let's round up whatever supplies that we may need. That to make on with our journey. Allegium, what type of supplies do you need for thus potions?
Last night while you slept, I put together some more concoctions, so I'm in a good spot. I've gathered supplies the last time we were in town. So,
Okay, and I suggest we start wearing these cloaks
Well,
as
these cloaks are magical.
as
Should
disguise.
we find out what the magical property is? I mean, if we put it on, I don't want to suddenly be mind controlled or something.
Well, I myself or Allegium can detect magic on them.
Yeah, but we can
And-
identify.
yeah, you may not be able to identify it. Remember we had this issue with the weapons?
I can detect magic as well. I can see the magical aura of this.
Yeah,
item, but I
you can
can't-
see them.
Yeah,
you
but
can
I-
clearly see there's magical aura.
But I can't tell exactly what it does. Only that it's magical.
You don't have anything.
Well, how-
you would have done it when we had those
How
magical
else will
weapons.
I mean?
we would still have that
How
cool
would we
freaking
find out?
You need to
quicksand
decide.
glaive and or
Why don't we draw
Freaking
straws
troll
and
and
see
stuff.
who is the guinea pig?
the petrifying sword. I'll put it on. You guys can.
You're volunteering?
I'll volunteer to put it on. Just yeah. So I'm gonna put on the cloak
Okay.
and hood.
Now, just in case that this is a mind control thing,
Know
Okay.
that I will kill you. No.
now let's have a signal word that
Like a
that-
safe word.
safe word. So we will use that to detect whether you are you or somebody else is controlling. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Why don't you pick a? You know him better. Why don't you pick a safe word? A word or a
Chicago.
phrase. A phrase.
Bumblebee tuna.
A phrase odd enough, but not so obvious. That
So you're
somebody
gonna put
else-
him on in the middle of the end. I mean, I just want to just be clarifying how we're doing this. Or are you gonna go somewhere and then put them on?
Well, I will let
Or
this.
are we testing them on?
We're testing them
Yeah,
right now
okay.
to find out what they
Okay.
do. Just say, Philly Dilly.
Dilly dilly.
Phil.
You'll say Philly Dilly if he's.
If I'm okay.
If
No,
you're
it should
okay.
be like if you ask him a question and then his answer will be. So, state a question that will trigger him to say the answer of Philly
Okay, a pickle sandwich.
So, would you like to have a pickle sandwich? And then your answer will be.
Dilly dilly.
This is bizarre. Okay, I like this. It's interesting, but that's okay.
Hey, that works.
All right.
Alright.
Okay, throw the cloak on him.
Alright.
Okay, so we're doing this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna throw the cloak on me and put
So
on.
you-
Just in case.
so you put the cloak on,
Uh-huh.
Get ready. Get ready to cast.
and as you put the cloak on, you start to feel strange. You start to feel. You start to hear voices in your head. You start to hear bad things. Things like, I know you've been jealous of her this entire time.
So it
You need to kill her.
like it intimidates.
You need to kill her. No, he can't talk at this moment. Let me keep. It's things that you. Something is almost talking to you, which is soothing to you. Feels like you're right. Something is saying to you, kill
Almost like a mesmerize.
Kill her. Kill yourself. You're not worthy of anything. Why am I like this? What is the world around me like this? Is my life worth living anymore? My friends hate me. My family abandoned me. Why do I deserve life?
It's basically putting like past on you. That's kind of really cool.
What are you
Okay.
talking?
No. That's just me.
So
actually,
when he
like,
first puts it on,
thinking about
Uh-huh.
it.
he can't do that. You don't have any control right now.
Yeah.
When you first put this on, you hear the word Spike is your leader. Spike is your god. The Dane is who we all worship. He will take our pain away. The Dane of Spike is the one we love. The Dane of Spike is who we serve.
And he's just frozen there.
He just he sits there for a minute, almost like in a trance. You guys can kind of see him in a trance.
I'm gonna try to shake you because you're not talking. You're not answering my question.
I'm just
Would you like a sandwich? A dill sandwich?
Kill your friends.
Shake more. Shake violently.
They don't deserve to live. Their
I-
life is pointless.
Well, at this point, am I able to like kind of consciously like?
I'm trying to.
It's hard for you to
him.
focus. It's hard for you to focus. You're losing focus.
Pally,
and
would you like a
can
dill
hear-
sandwich?
So you guys are talking to him right now, but and he's not responding to you, and because this is what's happening. You're hearing these things, and you can't actually hear it. You can't really hear them very well. The world, you know, when you get like really drunk, almost super drunk, and everything's blurry, and the world feels not
super
focused.
delayed and
Yeah, And that's what, and you can't hear very well. You know when you go to a concert and you stand next to the speaker
And
you
then when
can't
you're done
hear,
with it, you're just like,
your hearing is
everything
muffled like
is-
cotton in your ears.
I'm slapping him.
Kill your friends. Kill anyone. It's making, you can't focus and.
I'm gonna try to take the cloak off of him.
Okay, so you pull the cloak off of him. Okay.
Placo.
whoa.
Placos?
Uh-huh.
With an S, right?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
You weren't.
And it was, but you can make them out, but they were whispers like that in your head. And when the cloak comes off, it's almost like you can't almost repeat what it said to you, like kill your friends, kill them.
Yeah.
All you can hear after the cloak comes off is, it's mumbled. You can't make it out.
Just the stuff that was going on in my head, though, like from the cloak, or like from them.
When they ask you what happened, you can't say it told me to kill you. All you can say,
You don't recollect.
I
this
don't
event.
recall. There were whispers in my head. Something.
Yeah, because that's what I was asking. I
Yeah.
was
So
like,
you can't hear the.
Yeah.
You can't. You're not able to repeat those.
Does
words.
it hurt?
It
Does it
didn't.
hurt?
It,
I slapped you like 10 times.
You
Does
didn't
it
feel
hurt?
it.
I
You
felt
don't feel
nothing.
it. You felt nothing.
There was like sounds or whispers.
Your face is
in my
like half
head.
swollen.
Yeah, it is. It is. You're like, okay, I can sort of feel it now, but you couldn't feel it when it was
Yeah,
happening.
for some reason, I was hearing things, but I can't recall what was going on.
Okay.
I couldn't hear
So,
anything else.
As I suspected, there's mind controlling magic with this. We can't use these as disguise unless we can shield ourselves from it. And that we'll have to consult a legion again. Because
Some
they
kind
are
of,
magic
like, ward.
to protect, to shield our mind from control.
You
But
see Allegium, he grabs the cloak. Who pulled it off of him? He grabs it out of your hand and he lays it on the bed. And he lays it out flat out where the blood red is. And as you look at this particular cloak, you can see almost what looks like the blood was flowing through it. Whereas the other cloaks where the guys had been dead, it would just look red. But you can see that it looked like the blood was flowing like a river of blood on it. You can see that it's alive. And the Legion's like, this is kind of what I was trying to look for. Let's see if I can.
You think you can draw the blood out?
I'm wondering if I can draw the energy out of it, something on it. I felt what was happening to him. I could feel it. Something dark, something evil was happening. Something was speaking about death to you. I know you can't recall it, but I can feel. When you were in it, I could almost feel your psychic energy I could feel it. And the Legion, you can see him, he's kind of putting his arms out, and he reaches into his cloak and he pulls out a little book and he thumbs through the book a little bit, and he sits back and he starts looking into it a little bit. He closes the book and puts his hands above the cloak and he starts saying something in a foreign language, and all of a sudden you see in the cloak, you see the you know how it looks like, you can see almost it looks like the river of blood, and the cloak starts to bubble, and you see something reach up and almost grab at Allegium's hand, and Allegium's eyes open and they're red, and you can see the blood in his eyes, and you can see him, he's struggling against it. And the thing was like almost the hand. It's almost like a hand is reaching out of the cloak trying to grab him because he's fighting the curse. And you can see his eyes are turning like the river of blood on it. And something reaches up and grabs him, and there's a flash of light. And then Allegium sits back down on the ground and leans back and he goes.
I look at his eyes. Are they still red?
The blood red fades back and it turns back into normal eyes. Try the cloak again.
Would you like a pickle sandwich? What was
was the password?
Philly dilly.
Philly
Dilly
dilly.
dilly.
Philly dilly.
Okay.
Try the cloak again.
All right. Well, I'll put it back on.
You put the cloak back on again. And you guys look at you can look at the cloak. This time you're paying attention to the cloak, the inside of it more. And you see the cloak just remains red. The blood, rivers of blood on it doesn't soar or bubble on it or anything. And you feel a different aura around you. But that's it. No more whispers, no more words. Do you guys try talking to him again?
Yeah.
Ask him the
Okay.
question.
Would you like a pickle sandwich?
Philly dilly.
Okay. I think it worked, Allegium. Are you okay? I put my hand on his shoulder.
Now, can you do that like
Hey.
5 more times?
Well,
Give me some time to recover after each one. But
Okay.
yes, I can do this.
And how long will this last? This is a permanent thing, or
This, I have cleared the curse off of it.
okay?
But there is something else in it that we need. It does have some magical properties in it that are still a part of it.
Yeah, I
that
can still
left in
feel
it.
something with this cloak.
So where are the other cloaks? Somebody he says, "Where's the next cloak? I want to see if I can get to this next one."
Hand him another one.
So you hand him another one. He drapes it on the bed again, and you see him perform the same thing. He doesn't have to pull out his book though. He mumbles the same thing. You can see the cloak fights him, almost like the curse is trying to fight against being removed from it. And same thing. He clears the, and he hands the next cloak to you.
Okay.
Try it on. So you.
Let's change a phrase and a word so I wouldn't. So
It's new.
it's new.
I can't think of anything. Let's see.
Sugar, spice,
I
and
don't think.
everything else.
You guys decide. That doesn't matter.
Okay.
However you want to do this.
Let's do it. Sugar, spice,
Everything
everything
nice.
nice. Okay.
So you put the cloak on, and you feel a different aura come about you. It's a different feeling, almost like a cooler feeling. And you felt it too, but nothing else. You don't hear any whispers. You don't hear anything special. So
So, sugar,
Continue.
spice.
Sugar and spice.
I forgot. What was it?
and everything
nice?
Yes, and you're able to hear them clearly.
Okay.
Okay, so Elysium goes through and he spends he spends some time sitting down after each. You can tell this is a draining because it's a powerful curse on each one of them, obviously. And by the time he's finished with the 8th one, you can see he's just exhausted and needs to rest again, even though it's probably in a couple hours after you guys have rested, anyways. So he actually says after he finishes the last cloak, he goes, "Oh my god!" He goes, "I need to rest."
You want to give her a list of the items that you need, and we can go and gather while you're resting.
So he tells you to pick up some vials. He gives you a list of some herbs, a couple
I
of
thought
herbs.
he already made some concoctions
He did.
together.
He did, but he's giving you some more.
Okay.
And then he tells you to pick up some rations, to pick up some food, stuff like that. And then you see him. He goes and he lays down in bed.
All right. Well, I'm gonna see if I can find the innkeeper and talk to him about finding some shops and stuff to be able to find some of this stuff.
So you guys go over to the innkeeper, and you ask him about shops, and he kind of looks at you and goes,
Mm-hmm.
By the way, we never asked your name.
"Oh, my name is Darren."
Darren. Hi, Darren. Sorry about everything. We'll be out soon. And
We're trying to find.
Do you know where we can find some
herbs and
like supplies and stuff?
He looks at you and he says, "I honestly don't. And are you looking for rations or food? I can give you some supplies, but as far as other things, this town is not known for that."
What did all those town folks do then? The clones. You don't know.
You said that supplies just come in, right?
I get a supply shipment
But only
every
enough,
week.
Only enough for your visitors at the inn.
Correct.
Okay, so you're not feeding the whole town.
No.
Okay, so they must be
Getting
their
something.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, we're willing to pay for whatever you can give us.
I can give you some supplies. What supplies do you need?
We need some
Rations.
rations, and if you happen to have any type of containers, like small containers that would hold liquid,
glass vials.
He looks
Like
at you a
glass
little bit,
bottles?
and he goes down below the counter, and
like
he
wine bottles, possibly.
he pulls
or-
up a couple wine bottles, some smaller wine bottles, and he says, "I have some cups, a few cups, if those are useful to you." And then he goes back in the storeroom, and he comes back out with a couple small containers, very similar to. They're not vials, but almost
Jars
like
or
jelly
something.
jars,
Like
small,
mason
jars.
small,
These will
small
work.
little jelly
Are they in
jars.
a wooden crate by any chance? Or are they just loose?
They're loose because they're like jelly jars that
Do
he's
you
used
have
from.
a crate we can put these in?
Um,
Just a little handy.
he goes in the back and he says,
Or a
you could use
knapsack
one
of
of the
some sort?
crates that we use when
like
we
a
get some
potato
supplies.
sack or a knapsack.
I do have a couple potato sacks if you need those. Yeah. So he says he goes back there and grabs you some potato sacks and he gets you a crate.
We have the two Howard's handy Haver sacks that are similar to like a bag of infinite storage, but not a bag of infinite, a bag of
Oh,
Larger stuff.
extra dimension, basically.
So he does get you some stuff, and they're like jelly jars, not vials. They're like jelly jars, but that might be good enough.
Yeah, they're like those little, like 3-ounce ones.
Yeah,
or
little ones
something
like that.
that are like super flat.
Like the baby
Yeah.
food size ones?
Yeah, like a baby food, basically like
Yeah.
a little baby food ones. Very
Which is
similar
totally
to baby
fine.
food jars.
Yeah.
So he gets you several of those. He gets you some bread and gets you some rations and whatnot, which in all reality pretty comes close to fulfilling everything the Legion has, except for the
You
herbs.
need herbs.
The herbs you may not be able to find.
Yeah,
But you could
because
try. I mean, I don't know how much time
we're
you
in the
really wanna
desert.
waste.
We'd have to go back to the plains area and collect the herbs.
Yeah.
Maybe more of a
Yours.
mainstream town might have them on hand versus a town that's in this kind of state.
How much do we owe you?
So he looks at everything and he goes, how does 50 silver sound?
Yep, I've got 2 gold, 10 silver, and stuff, so I can probably pick it up.
I'll give you 47 silver.
You've got a deal.
Okay.
47 silver it is. So you got 10 of those like baby-sized jars. You got a crate, 1 crate, and I'd say you've got 4 of those potato bags, and you've got about 5 loaves of bread, and I would say about. So you guys decide who marks it down. Whoever is taking it. Is it you that's taking it? So you mark it down.
Well, Thean has one of the handy Haver sacks, and I have the other handy Haver sacks. But I guess.
Why don't you put
He's
it in
using-
put it in your inventory so I don't have to keep track of it.
Okay, can you repeat that again?
4 sacks, one. What did you call it? Crate?
You said 10 vial.
10 baby jar vials or whatever they are.
10 like 3 or
4
ounce
loaves,
cups.
4 loaves of bread,
Jars.
and then 10 rations.
And 10 rations. Okay.
Okay. So I'd say at this time you probably left Allegium for maybe an hour or so. A little bit of time to recover. Next move. Go get Allegium up.
What time of the day is it?
I'd say you're looking at a little bit past noon. at this point.
Do you happen to? I want to ask the innkeeper if he happens to know where we might be able to get certain herbs.
I gotta run to the restroom real quick.
I
I'll be right
honestly
back.
have never encountered anyone who's needed herbs before, so I can't help you with that. All my supplies, again, just come on a truck, and I don't try to wander too far. I ask very little questions. I stick to myself, unfortunately.
And you don't know if there is actually any type of shops or anything.
There
outside
could
of here.
potentially be, but I would be a little weary about who's out there, especially with what's happened here with you guys. I'm a little concerned with my safety as that is.
Makes sense. You might be able to actually find something because how else would the villagers?
Right, and I'm curious
around.
why whoever's making these clones are keeping them alive instead of just killing them off, because they seem like they're flawed copies, and so why there's almost like a sense of compassion for keeping them alive instead of just killing them. Because
Could be.
back where I am from, the flawed ones get tossed away, and
I mean, they could be used as like a lure for other people.
You guys don't even know what they do yet.
yeah,
No, nothing.
You're not
But
even
we
sure.
never know.
I think we should
I mean,
try to find some of them and observe and learn what they're doing.
yeah. We've only gone a little bit through this town straight.
You,
to the
you
end.
went right to the end.
Yeah.
And when you
to the
walked
end.
through the town, anyone who, for the most part, who saw you kind of avoided you, as most of them have. The only time they've come out is when there was a fire in the end.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Why don't we see
I
what they
think
do?
we should actually look around a little bit and see if there's anything going on with them. Maybe there happens to be a shop for them.
Okay. Let's go together.
Yeah.
We'll grab what's her name?
Well,
No, we'll grab
Glow?
Glow. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, go.
I need to write these down. I'm horrible with names.
So Fluter Flan and Theon are going to stay at the town
Also,
in the
is
room.
there any money that was actually possible to be looted off of any of these guys that disintegrated?
The guys that disintegrated had some boots that were just basic boots.
Boots and cloaks. And a little bit of clothing, but
A
nothing.
little bit of
else.
clothing. It was very all common, regular, tattered
Okay.
clothing. Nothing special.
Okay. So they obviously didn't have to pay the innkeeper since he was paid through other
I
means.
imagine.
Okay.
Aha! We're looking for the ring of Ashton. Let's go explore the town. Shall we?
Okay.
Glow and Platus.
So you guys are going to leave the inn. Allegium, Theon, and Fluter Flan are staying together in the room. So it's just the three of you.
Okie dokie.
Okay? So we're going to start off. Imagine you walk out the front door, right? Over here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let me draw it. And I'm going to draw it on a smaller scale. Okay. Well, I'm going to draw what you see. Or have seen, I should say. So what you know.
Which way do we come in?
So I'll show you your door. Your door's in the same spot.
No, I mean which part of the part when we came into the town? Where's the entrance from it to the town? Or
You came down here. That's a fence, by the way.
Is that the barn?
Yep, that's the barn. That's where you burned your corpses. And that's what you saw. This is what you guys remember. And then that ended here.
We went that direction, then like.
And I think
Couple football
this.
fields, right?
Yeah, you did. I'm just trying to draw everything out pretty good. As best as I can. There's just. Oh, that's green. I need black. More buildings down this way. And I'd say the one where you guys fought was like right here.
Wow. This is actually pretty established. I wonder how many occupants are here.
You were, when you were fighting over here, you were more towards the end of the town.
Okay.
And you came in over here. When you first came in, when you first came into town, I'd say you saw that there were. You saw this. And that's the most you saw.
Okay.
And you guys walked in. You walked in this way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
That's all you see and you know right now.
Okay, give us a direction, like northwest,
Well, you don't know. You'll have to make-
or just 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can
You
tell
came-
you which direction we're going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. We'll just do. Let me make. Okay.
Okay.
And this was where you came in from the mountains, from the plains. It was bigger though, obviously.
Right.
And a lot
Plains.
further back.
Yeah, it was further. But I'm trying to get you a general. So you came
Yeah,
in from
that
the
gives me an
plains.
idea.
The desert started, the desert kind of started here, and then you walked a little bit.
Well,
the scale's not perfect.
we're in a desert. How familiar are you guys with deserts?
Someone's been in the desert before.
Well, I had to go through an oasis and in the desert for quite a while.
Okay, so settlements in deserts, then I assume is usually around water source of some type. Otherwise, how do they survive?
True. You could also dig for water as well. They
Well,
they're
right?
yeah.
So if we find wells or oases, we might find more activities.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have sense water? In
I
part of your-
don't think so.
You want to flip through spell books and see?
Well,
So you guys are.
I'll see what I can
You
find.
guys have basically come out these doors right here.
If you have like sense element or sense water, I know that one of those spells is that. It's a low level spell.
Yeah, but you both are kind of fiery.
No, but as a wizard, she can just learn from the spell book or read from the spell book, whereas as a sorcerer, I can't.
He
do
has to
that.
memorize.
Yeah.
That's why she has more spells.
As a wizard, you can kind of do both, right?
You have to cast though. His are more instant.
Yeah, mine more innate, but then
But it takes you a lot longer to learn it
right.
Correct.
because you have to memorize.
Yes.
Because you have to kind of like feel it. And
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Yep. And your fight was probably right around down here and whatnot. So.
Oh, it's called locate water.
Yeah, I don't think I have that spell.
It's a wizard level 1 spell.
It's nowhere in arcane. Is it arcane magic?
think so.
Yeah, because it's nowhere in here.
It's a divination.
Oh. I don't think I have it. I don't think so. 'Cause I have quite a few divination stuff online.
Yeah, I don't have it in either cantrips or level 1.
But it's not in any of the cards?
Nope. I've looked twice.
The cards don't have it doesn't mean you don't have access.
Is there any animals around? At all?
You're in a desert.
I mean, there's
Not
definitely
really.
just animals.
Not much. Not in a town either.
Makes sense.
Well, we can ask the innkeeper where the water source could
Oh yeah,
Could
that
be.
might even work better.
Where do you guys get your water? How do you survive?
I have a well that's inside my barn.
Well, in your barn.
Do you know any other wells within the town?
Unfortunately, I do not.
I mean, makes sense. You don't venture anywhere other than the barn or your inn.
I've told you that. He stays to himself. And supplies come to him.
Okay, let's just walk around then. Why don't
Yeah.
we just walk around and look for a well?
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
we might
the
as well
our best
venture
bet
out.
is
venture out. We have
You know,
to
if-
adventure.
we'll know if we're near water if we start seeing greenage. You know, plant life.
It depends on how deep down you dig.
Yeah.
True. Well, we'll start. We'll
Let's-
be able to tell though, because
I like east. How about you?
I could use like the divination rods and for water that way.
Do they actually work?
Yeah. Okay,
They've
so
been
tell me
proven
where you guys want to go.
work.
I'm cool with east.
Okay, let's go east.
Tell me where. I showed you where you're at.
We're right here, right? Do we want to just head to the
Yeah.
closest alley
Uh-huh.
and start looking out this way?
Okay, so you start going out this direction.
Don't call it an alley.
Oh
That
well.
gives the GM ideas. It's a street.
So you start going
Alright.
here.
The closest turn. The closest
That's
open
6,
way
by the way.
that we have.
So you guys go this way and you guys go down here.
Uh-huh.
Okay? You go down here and you notice, particularly, that this building right here cuts off early and then it opens up into like a yard. And in the yard is a blacksmith.
Hmm.
Okay? And what you see there is more of those same people. Several of them making weapons. You see them making axes and swords,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that.
Maybe we
Then
can.
they stop, and when you come around, and they all stop, and they start kind of looking at you.
Gonna put on a cloak.
Would you be in the
Are you
interested
talking to them?
You've already
They don't
started.
understand.
Tell me, are you talking to me? Or are you talking to them? Tell me what you're doing. If you are, you
Well,
are.
I'm
then.
talking to the rest of the party. Would you be interested in maybe possibly getting some weapons from these guys? Maybe. I kind of
I mean,
whisper.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why
'Cause-
not. We can
'cause we need
gesture.
for the-
Everything. Everyone
For the
understands.
BOW, we need a ROWS.
A what?
For the bow that we got,
You need
ARROWS. Yeah, we need arrows.
ARROWS. Arrows.
Yeah,
Okay.
we need a lot of arrows for this bow.
Okay.
So you can see that they awkwardly stop and start staring at you, and they stop.
I want to go up to them and I want to start gesturing like to like arrows and stuff and like
They look at each other. They
you-
hear you.
arrows.
They mumble something. I should get that. You see them grab. You see them grab. They grab some of the stuff that they're working on, and they walk in the building.
I'm assuming they maybe want us to. I mean,
Are you gonna follow them?
Yeah.
Into the building.
Okay.
Okay.
So are you gonna you're gonna jump the fence? And go in the yard?
Well,
No,
Mm,
not gonna
no,
jump
no,
the
no,
fence.
no.
Just look for
Yeah.
the opening within.
yeah,
the
if there's an opening, then we can.
So there is. I'll say there is something there, but because you can see the yard.
Okay.
It's not an opening. It's like a door or something.
Gate or something.
Gate.
Okay, so you go open the
Yeah,
gate.
yeah. I'd go
They
over to the
they
gate and be like,
you can see them. They're looking through the window and they're looking out at you through the window.
I'd still gesture. I'd be like, arrows? You got like arrows? We need some.
They grab the drapes.
Okay, let's make our own.
Are
We're
you
here,
a blacksmith?
man.
Blacksmith.
Are you a blacksmith?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
Is
I can
any-
make
none
some
of you are
pretty
blacksmith.
crappy arrows because I mean I've had
And then
to
you
make
could
my own.
they could blow up in your hands.
Yeah. What I mean,
Well, maybe
I've had
we
to
can
make my own
find,
before, but
You know, maybe we can look around and see if we can
maybe
Find a
there's some
few.
outside in like an
like
opening.
laying
or something.
around something. And there's like supply boxes or something.
You could. You gotta choose your actions. Know what you're gonna do and what you're
Yeah,
doing.
I'm gonna look around
you're
for
gonna
some
steal.
since they're
You're gonna steal.
we may have no choice because we can't
Okay.
communicate with these people, so we
Be
need
aware of what
arrows.
you're doing. I'm just putting that out there. Is this what we're doing? You're gonna start rummaging through their stuff? They can
No.
clearly see that you're doing this.
I reach out to my pouch.
Well, they
and
closed
can-
the curtains.
we can-
and get
They've closed the curtains. They don't.
so they
I'm
can't
sure
see.
they're still like peeking through and
They
stuff.
they
but,
probably are. You can see the curtains every once in a while move a little bit, but
Yeah.
barely.
maybe we can like offer some like coin.
Yeah,
Just be like,
I get
coin arrow.
an electron out.
Electrum.
That's 5 silver pieces. It's equal 5 silver pieces.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you just holding that up there?
Be like
Wait,
like money.
nobody?
Nothing.
No.
We can maybe just leave some money, on their anvil or something,
Oh,
and take some of the supplies. Take a few arrows. We just need maybe 5 to 10 arrows.
Okay.
what in their working area? Do they have the quenching bucket of water
Yes.
there?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get the endless water thingy, and I'm gonna pour some water in it
Okay.
to fill it up.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm gonna wave to them, and I'm gonna start backing up.
So you see the door opens where all the guys came in, and you see one of the women that is a clone that you've seen before. She comes to she opens the door and you see her mumble something in another language. Hakipnielda! Hakipnielda!
We're
I kept near that.
You know.
okay.
I'm gonna just leave some
Hakipnielda!
silver coins on top of the anvil, and I'll just grab a few.
Right? Well, she's watching you and chewing you gone.
I'm backing up
Okay.
slowly.
Yeah. Alright. Well,
Okay. And what are you doing?
I'm taking a couple arrows and just leaving some money,
Oh, so there were.
because I'm paying
arrows?
for them.
There
Where are you finding arrows at?
Well, I was looking through,
So you're
some-
going to start rummaging through their stuff?
yeah, she said she was going to.
Yeah,
You
I'm
can
leaving
do it.
money, so I paid for it.
Hakipnielda!
Let's go. Glenn.
Hakipnielda!
These are very private people, obviously, and we can't communicate with them. We must seem like a threat to their way of life somehow. Why don't we observe them first, and then we'll see about doing business with them. Once
Well,
we get
I
to know
doubt
them
we
better.
can do business with them. That's just it,
I think we need to first find out what kind of people they are and what they want, and then once we know what they want, there's always a way to trade.
Yeah. We just need to find the need.
Yeah.
what they actually need. See if we can actually.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and just see if I can comprehend the language and see if I can understand what, maybe speak a couple of words.
I'm sure it's pretty obvious what she's saying.
Well, yeah, what she's saying for sure.
Well, yeah, but I want to be able to speak to her, though. And I wanted to just look up and see if I can do that with comprehend languages.
I'm going to merge
Okay.
because once I.
I'm
while
sure
I
you're a lot
merge,
more
I'm-
intimidating.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm also going to keep my mask off so I can actually see my face.
So you guys have come in here and you've walked over there, obviously. This is what you were able to see.
Trying to see where we can identify a place that looks like a town square. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And then I assume usually the person who's the leader of the town usually lives close to the town square.
That's true. However, this town is.
Is there a spell? No spell?
Been made.
No, not that I can't speak the language. I can
We
only
should
understand what they're
Yeah.
Yeah.
said.
We're moving on.
Yeah. Well, I don't honestly. Yeah. Let's just look through a little bit of the town and see if there's anything else or if
We are
anyone actually is.
way behind where I ever wanted us to get tonight. Incredibly far behind.
I say we wander around for another hour quickly, just to, so we know of the overall shape and layout of the town. And if we are able to identify anywhere that looks like a town square, let us know. If not, then we'll return to the inn.
Okay, so tell me where you want to go kind of next. Just wander.
We'll go sort of in a spiral shape outward.
So do you go, you notice that some of these buildings,
Mhm.
particularly these ones right here,
Mm-hmm.
have big doors on them. Like, almost like a barn, but it's a building.
Mm-hmm. Like more well built building.
Like a warehouse.
They're building a troop, and they're to create weapons and stuff. They're preparing for
War.
war.
Mm-hmm. Now you're figuring it out. Now you're figuring out what this village is for.
I say we destroy the village.
Okay.
That is a lot of death.
That's
They're
a lot of
clones.
prevention.
They don't know.
I mean, they're
They don't know any better. Obviously, they have free will. They
Kind of.
Well, they are not wearing the cloaks.
That's
They're-
true. They may have
They've
free
never
will,
attacked
but they're
you.
I mean,
most
they're
likely be intimidated, so that way they have to.
Not attacked you yet. They just don't know what to do. That's their life.
well. Let's destroy the warehouses then.
Or
And-
you destroy the point and end it, period.
Yeah.
You wanted to know what the point of this town is. You're figuring it out. I had to give it to you more. I had to hand it to you. But that's the point of this town.
That it's being used for war. To-
But I'm sure it's being controlled by the blood guy because they're all freaking things. So if we kill blood
So,
guy, then there's no.
We're
point
ready.
in this.
Let's just go head towards the temple.
You guys are just. I'm
Yeah.
Well, I
sorry.
think that's what we
I'm
were
just
doing
trying
in
to
the
push
first
us a
place.
little faster.
We know the general direction of the temple.
Yeah, 'cause we only have an hour.
Yeah,
Because-
we're running out of time, and we're
'Cause the last
and
time
we
I
can
knew
we can
before we
continue
went
this,
to-
but we
I
will
went
not
to
have
the
gotten very
bathroom.
far.
Okay.
we were getting supplies. We were heading back to the inn to meet up with Elysium again because we had the supplies.
You got
Yeah,
everything
except
for the
for-
most part,
so,
except for herbs, right?
You know, let's just
and that's why I partially handed
Now
you
that-
everything,
now that
so that you would move on.
now that Elysium's rested, let's get moving.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just head out and go towards, since we're at the edge, right? And that's more towards the middle of the desert. Let's just start
That would
heading
be
towards,
more north.
Let's go more north.
Okay. So so you guys, were you wearing the cloaks? You weren't wearing the cloaks, right? No, because if you were, no, you weren't wearing the cloaks. You weren't, because you would have said something, and then that would have been.
Well,
different.
we had the cloaks with us.
You just have them with you. Okay. So you guys are now. You go back to the inn. You grab Elysium and the rest of them, and you say, "We got all the supplies except for the herbs."
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm wrong here.
Yeah.
I'm just rushing this along, moving it a
Yes.
little bit faster. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's leave this town. Thank the innkeeper. We appreciate everything
Just
you've done for us.
curiously,
Yep.
June,
Let's go.
how many portions of the purple potion were you able to create?
I have on me at this point, I have 4 vials.
Okay. Okay.
Which is 8 if you count halves, because he
Elysium,
only took half.
Yeah, that's
Master,
true.
did you create any green vials?
I do have green vials on me. Yes,
What do the green
How
vials
many?
do?
they're very powerful.
Are they more powerful than the purple?
No.
No, they're a little less
No, the
powerful.
purple's most powerful.
The green ones, I have 3. Okay, so
Green
we're
ones are probably easier to handle, since they're less powerful.
yeah.
So you can
Okay, let's
do a
move
little
on.
thing.
Okay, so you guys get out, you leave the city, and it's desert in front of you. Who has a good sense of direction,
I should.
right?
I mean, I am a hunter.
You're a ranger.
Or ranger.
Ranger.
Yes.
You're right.
You're about the terrain and the directions. and-
So you're hard to get lost, unless something magically makes it so you're lost.
right.
Mhm.
Okay,
Did you ever choose your favorite terrain?
I was kind of up in the air between foresty and deserty because I came from dark.
Desert.
Well, you first said that you choose desert because that's where you're from, and then later on you consider that possibility because you spent a good time in forest that it could be forestry. Now you have to make a choice.
yeah, you need to decide, and be careful because this could be the only place that's desert for the rest of the game.
I know that's where I
Or
was kind
you-
of thinking.
I
was
know
like,
it's a tough
So
decision.
you have to decide that because it is a gigantic bonus that you're getting. That you, regardless what it is.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think in the long run, it would probably be more beneficial to kind of do more of the foresty woodland area overall, because we're probably going to see a lot more tree-like areas in general.
There'd be more animal and wildlife in those areas.
And you'd be able to communicate in forests better.
Yeah,
You need
so
to decide though.
I think I can communicate with the animals in the foresty areas, so I'd rather choose my best terrain being desert, because there is not much to communicate with. Because I can just communicate with animals and they can tell me more of how the
And see,
environment
with the
is.
desert, you can track where animals have been, and
Yeah,
thus
I
you
think
know,
I'll probably still choose desert as my best terrain.
Let's not do probably. Just tell Eric.
Yeah.
What are you choosing?
Yeah, you need
Yeah.
to decide.
Yeah, I'm gonna choose desert.
Okay, that's a decision.
Yes.
Okay.
It's marked down.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so that makes him. What does that bonus give him? I want to hear what it does before we move on.
That's a lot of bonuses. Okay,
See,
first.
difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. Your group can't become lost except by magical means. Even when you are engaged in another activity while traveling, such as foraging, navigating, or tracking, you remain alert to danger.
Okay.
If you are traveling alone, you can move stealthily at a normal pace. When you forage, you find twice as much food as you normally would. And while tracking other creatures, you can also learn their exact number, their size, and how long ago they have passed through the area.
That's
And
extremely helpful.
I choose an additional favored terrain types at 6th and 10th level. So technically I'm supposed to have 2.
Right.
Oh, then I might as well just have them both.
Let's see.
That's what it says.
You
I have it
choose.
printed out.
Oh, because
right?
he's at 6th level.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Then
So you're
I
gonna do
guess I have
forest
both.
and desert.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, both the hot and cool areas. I guess.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so you guys make your way out of the town. And where did the black one go? Oh, right there.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't choose rogue, like I was going to.
And you start making your way further north, right?
Yeah.
Tell me if you guys are want to move in a particular direction.
Oh, we gotta go center, so I think going straight north
Yeah.
is probably the best option.
Sound good?
Is that where the blood seems to be flying towards?
Well, we don't know because we couldn't
Well,
see it once it.
Once it got
We
so
saw
far,
kind
it's
of a
Sky,
general
nighttime.
it was
direction.
dark.
It's
we
dark.
couldn't
We
see
saw
it.
kind of like it dark
We were
in a
in a
general
building.
direction a little
It
bit.
went out the door and went. It did go towards north.
And didn't
For the most
the
part.
innkeeper also told us the direction of the temple? He didn't give us the exact location, but he did give us the direction of the temple as well, right?
I think so. So let's just head north.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should just head north. They said it's in the middle of the desert, which
We'll
that's
come. We'll stumble
assuming
across
the
it
start of the
sooner
desert.
or later.
So I would say you guys travel for about 4 hours. You stop several times to get food, to drink, and have a little something to eat, right?
Yeah, some nourishment.
Some
Yeah.
rations. So
Yeah.
let's minus. I don't think we need to minus water because
we have
you're using
endless
your
water.
infinite water, right? So let's minus a little bit of rations. So I'm going to say minus 1 ration from each of you.
Well, so previously, when we started the trip, though, we had 60 rations.
60? Oh, so you
And
got
then
4.
we added 10 more rations just before we left.
Correct.
So we
70.
But we haven't been marking down
How many you've been
rations
eating.
we've been eating.
So let's minus 3 more.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 3 plus so 4 total.
So 4 total. Let's minus 4 total. Did you get that? Minus 4 total.
So we have 66 rations. Okay.
Here, I'll just mark down the total rations because I think generally you and
Been
Theoden
sharing.
have been mostly packing the rations because of the backpacks.
Okay. After about the 5th hour, you start to see something off in the distance. You start to see now I'm going to draw big because I'm going to draw what you see. You start to see this as you start to walk up.
And it's kind of a
Pyramid?
It's a pyramid.
it's
It's
a
Egyptian.
Mayan, or yeah, Egyptian.
It looks like the base of that guy in that cartoon, the cats.
Oh, Thundercats?
Yeah.
Yep.
The Temper of Ra. Mom Ra.
And as you start to get closer, you do see it is more Mayan-like. I think I did say it was Mayan.
It was
didn't I?
yeah. You did end up putting Mayan on.
As
it.
you get closer, you can start to see that it's more Mayan-like. With,
Hey, the temple. We should get properly dressed.
You guys start
Let's
to
put
get
our
as you
clothes
get as you
on.
get close enough where it becomes more into view. It starts to disappear, like it's a mirage. But when you get back, when you step back like a couple hundred feet, it starts to become visible again.
I don't think it is a mirage. I think it's technically like cloaked.
It's an illusion. An image. A magical image.
And we just passed the image.
Yeah?
So, did you say you were
So
going to
was
get
it-
dressed and put the cloaks on? What did you say?
Yes, yes.
So you guys all decide to put your cloaks on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying the NPCs are doing what you're doing too. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
as you put your cloaks on, the fading of the mirage disappears and becomes solid again.
The cloaks needed to be on
Yes. you
as
have
an
to have a-
entryway.
Yep. Only way to get in.
From this point on, is good luck. Good luck to you all.
As you start to approach, you notice that there is a kind of more of a almost like a tiered circular thing that kind of is at the base of the temple. That's a staired thing that kind of walks you up. You know,
Oh, yeah, I
like
know what you're
you're-
talking about.
You're kind of walking up.
It's a bunch of
towards it.
stairs, but it curves out.
Is it a hooded cloak?
It is a hooded cloak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because we couldn't see
We'll
their
put our
faces when they had
hoods
the
on
cloaks
so that we can kind of disguise ourselves a little bit.
So
more.
you look around. There's no one around right now. Can't see anybody around. Okay.
I'm wearing a cloak over a cloak. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you get closer to the entrance, and basically it goes into almost like a Mayan temple. You have to step up probably about 2 stories high in steps like this as you enter into it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it opens up, and there's a door that opens up. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You go. Are you guys going to go right on in?
How are we doing this, guys? We
Um,
can't just go in.
well, we have no choice. We have to.
Do you?
We gotta. I know we gotta have some sort of a plan, but I mean,
Do you have any visibility?
yeah.
Do you want to go invisible?
Well, we're already clothed, but I mean, I guess I can go in.
Wait. I can see astral. I wonder if they can see invisible.
I mean, it's possible that they may detect us anyway, because they may have a dispel barrier
Okay.
in the entrance.
Do you? Say to a legion. Do you want to distribute the potions right now?
Just so we have them on person.
They don't
Just
last
in
very
case.
long.
No. We don't drink it right now.
Just so it's on our person.
Right.
So that way we are able to.
I'll distribute
use
them
them.
when we're ready.
Okay.
I don't want you guys to, and it's something that I may end up doing with you later on, to wean you and get used to it. But right now, I don't want to. I don't want to give you a potion, and then have one of you gulp it down, and then you lose control.
Yeah,
of
because
yourself.
I've had this experience before, and
So I will
I've
be the
taken
one
the
that controls
potion
the
a few
potions.
times before.
Okay. Let's go in quietly.
There's no one
We
around.
can just pretend.
FYI.
We can just pretend that
Okay.
like we're worshippers or something, and
Okay.
because we are cloaked. Let's just go in and
Yeah.
Alright.
go in quietly. Go in like
Is the
solemnly
door-
or whatever.
Is the door like?
There's no door. It
Oh,
opens.
there's no door. There's-
It's a big opening.
okay.
So you guys come up the stairs,
Does
and there's
go
a-
downward or upward?
go straight ahead.
Oh, okay.
And it's dark in there, so you'll have to bring some torches.
Well, we can see. She can't.
You can see in there that you can barely make it out in there. You can see that there's stuff inside there.
What kind of do I see any auras? Especially anything moving or auras.
Nothing really special. You unfortunately, because of the illusion and the cloaks, there are auras around, so like all over the place
Okay.
that you can see, like almost waving. But obviously it's, well, I mean, you decide. It's because of the illusion that you're dealing with, and the cloak that's helping mask you through it and whatnot.
Okay, so there's interference.
There's interference in your vision
Okay.
in order to tell. You don't make out an aura of a person, though. There's no auras of a person that you can see through that door
Okay.
at this moment.
I don't have any torches. Do you have any torches? So you could see in there.
Yeah, I think I have a lantern. In my second cloak, so I'll pull out a lantern that is
Okay,
lit.
so who is going to enter first? This is a temple. You are now stepping on sandstone ground,
I am
and
not going in first this time. I don't want to get grabbed again. In fact, the fact that they have a tendency of grabbing me tells me that I shouldn't go first.
I mean, I'm agile enough. I can still go in first.
so Fluterflan looks at you guys and goes, "You know what? I'll just do it. I'll go first. This whole illusion thing is messing with my stealth, and I'm having a problem with the stealth, and the cloak is not helping. But I'll go first. I'm not scared. I'm pretty light on my feet." So Fluterflan says, "I'll go first." So he kind
I'll go in
of
after.
he. So you guys are right at the entrance, right? You
Yeah.
guys
Yeah,
walked
yeah,
up
yeah.
this. You guys are all standing at the entrance,
yeah.
right? So Fluterflan goes in, and he walks in about 5-10 feet, and it's so dark in there he kind of disappears.
Okay.
He doesn't have a torch or anything. Who's next?
I mean, I'll go in.
You'll go next.
And I just see.
Okay, so you go
well,
in.
I can see a little bit better than Fluter does. But
You guys all just go in next.
I'll follow him.
Okay, and then
Close.
you afterwards. Okay, so as you go in, you get about to that 10 feet where Fluterflan is, and you start to hear the whisperings again. Kill your friends. And you can.
But only I do because
because you have a cloak on.
Okay.
Again. Only you can hear it.
But I'm still conscious
You're
this time.
This time you're more aware. You can feel that the cloak is starting to be cursed again. It's starting to happen again.
Huh.
Guys.
Is that happening to all of our
It is
cloaks?
happening to all of you, and you can see Fluterflan has stopped right there in his tracks.
You guys hear it too, right?
He's dazed. So before it fully takes full effect on you, you say that to him. Can you hear that? I hear it
Yes.
again. It's coming again. You guys can hear it.
Yeah.
Kill your friends. The Dane of Spike is your god.
I step backward. Is it too late?
It's you. The whispers are starting to take you. The whispers are getting more uncontrollable. The madness. The cloak is the enchant is once you've stepped through the door. The enchant on the cloak has started to take effect again. The madness.
We're gonna have to take these cloaks off.
I take it off immediately.
You take the cloak off immediately,
Yeah.
and it stops. You're able to regain enough control over yourself to get it off.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll take it off.
Fluterflan and Theoden don't know when Legium immediately took it off. Fluterflan and
I'm right
and
next to Fluter, so I would just
Theon
take
have
it right
like
off
kind of
of them.
frozen. So you pull it right off of those guys
Yeah.
because they're not sure what's happening.
Yeah. We pull it off.
Okay, so you pull it
Get
right
out,
off
get
of them.
you out of there.
And as all of you remove your cloaks, the entrance, a big thing at the entrance closes down. A big stone closes
Oh.
down at the front of the entrance, and the tunnel in front of you. Several doors close, but there are still doors to your sides.
Okay.
Well,
So-
entrances that are only open with our cloaks on, but there is other entrances that
You're
are
gonna have to
without.
go around the main entrance unless you wear the cloak, and you're gonna lose your mind if you wear the cloak.
So we gotta find our way to
The main
the
entrance is
central
off gates, off
limits.
limits for you guys, whereas the rest of them can just walk straight in. You guys have to find another way around.
Well, we can tie one person up that's wearing the
Oh, who's the one person? And just keep them tied up and go. I'm pretty certain that if anybody's not wearing a cloak, oh, you could try it, but you can't get out right now. There's no getting out. The entrance shut behind you.
Darn it.
I think everyone in the temple has to.
So
have the
basically,
cloak
let
on
me
for
show-
them to be open.
Correct. So basically, let me show you how this worked. When you walked in the door, you walked in to the room. And it's a little bigger than I would like to draw. You walked in to the room. And this was a bigger. These are smaller. Smaller doors.
So like single person doors and like double really tall
Like
doors.
large army doors, and this was enough for a larger army type of doors.
Yeah.
And when you guys walked in and took your cloaks off, big rock closed here, big rock, big rock, big rock, big rock.
Yep.
And these were already open.
Those are like regular doors looking things.
Regular looking doors.
Okay.
Okay.
Regular open hallway.
We gotta move fast. Obviously,
Alright.
they already know we're here. Why don't we just pick a tunnel and go down?
Okay, let's
left
go.
or right? Left, right?
Left, 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 right? Okay, you ended up with right. Let's go right.
Right.
Yeah, let's go right.
Okay.
Yeah,
we'll
so
go
we'll take
that
a
way.
right and then take 3 lefts.
Yeah, we'll go this way.
Right?
As we enter, let's go
Right or left?
Correct.
this way.
Okay.
West or east?
So you're going to go this
East.
way?
Yep, east.
East.
Okay, so I'm going to start drawing this a little smaller to fit it. But I just wanted to do a big drawing. To
I mean,
show
you could just put like a thing and then that way it just expands out here.
Yep. Okay, so we're going to start.
Over more that way, I guess. So it can expand this way.
I need to change something so my orientations are right. Sorry, guys. Because that's a little bit easier for me to draw it this way. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys came in this entrance here,
Yep. And we'll be going that way.
and you saw that there was something this direction. Right? So you want to
Yes.
go this direction.
Yes.
Yeah, we want to go.
Let me draw it just a little bit bigger than that. I'll have to keep erasing, but that's okay. So a little bit bigger. And you guys decided you were going to go this way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this is more like this. Okay. So you go this way, and it's a tunnel. Thinner tunnel. And you just keep going.
Yep.
Yeah. Is there torches on the walls
I
or?
lost the thread there. Can you phrase it another way?
No.
No, Cortana, I wasn't talking to you.
Yeah. Is there lights on the walls at all? Is there...
You're being alert and cautious, looking for traps or
Yeah. Well,
traps, right? Okay. Because rangers, you're better at that. Or no, actually, Fluter might be better at that. He's a,
Fluter's pretty good, so
Okay.
he's looking for stuff
Because
like that.
technically we're in the desert, but we're in a building in the desert, so I'm not as familiar with everything.
yeah, I mean, Fluter is a. What is Fluter? A rogue?
He's like
He's
a
a
rogue.
Rogue.
Okay.
Yeah. He's. Yeah.
Okay, so you come here. And it comes out to another hallway. This goes incredibly far down, like it's stairs down. Does that make sense? Stairs that go down.
Mm-hmm.
And bigger stairs, it opens up into a room with bigger stairs that go down.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Because remember, you guys walked up about 2 stories high into the pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then this is another hallway. It's a little bigger than this one right here that goes this direction. And you can see it goes to a point where there's another walkway this way. And then it goes to almost a dead end, but you can see that it's not a dead end. There's like almost like a window, but it's not a window. It's a like bars that you can see into another room down there. But, okay, that's what you see right now.
Okay.
Well, I say we should at least check out that window.
The
thing.
bars, you mean?
You can see lights
just to
coming
see,
down
just
there.
see what's down there,
Yeah. What's
Okay.
because that way at least it gives us a visual.
Okay, so you're gonna come over here and you're gonna look down there.
well, Fluter is gonna go down there first and make
Okay.
sure there are no traps.
As you guys walk around, you'll notice along the ground there are symbols, like almost like Egyptian and Mayan symbols on the tiles on the ground.
Okay.
So there are tiles all over the ground with, like, symbols.
It kind of reminds me
like
of Indiana
snake.
Jones and the Last Crusade.
that look very similar
To the coin.
to the coins.
Okay.
Yes, it's very much Indiana Jones-ish, in the Temple of Doomish, sort of.
So I'm expecting that giant wheels of
So,
are gonna
you
come
guys
down and
just-
chop us up.
Dark Souls, like
No, I'm thinking more of the Last Crusade, where he had to go in and step on
Even a
the
penitent
individual
man.
letters
Yeah.
in a certain
Penitent
way.
man kneels
Pen-
before
yeah.
the breath
Right,
of God.
right.
Stuff like that.
He had to spell out Jehovah, but Jehovah was with an I.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
so
What's at the bar?
are you guys going to look, or are we sending Fluter?
We're sending Fluter.
So Fluter, he's really good at detecting traps. So that's why it's good to have him go ahead.
Yeah.
As he goes further ahead, you see him actually stop at a certain section, and you see him look down at the ground, and he says, "Don't step on the tiles with the picture of the cat."
Okay.
And you haven't seen very many tiles, and some of them were over here, but none of you had stepped on them.
So there's a picture of there's a snake tile, and then there's a cat
There's
tile.
a cat picture of one, almost like a tiger,
Okay.
like with a mane, and it's got cat ears. I'm a terrible drawer, but
Yeah, we get the idea.
you get
that's good enough.
you get the point. I'm a terrible drawer. There are other drawings of like moons, and there's stars, and it's Egyptian. You can see almost like a merge of like a fox and a human, and other creatures are merged.
Okay.
So,
Well,
and he tells you, don't particularly step on this one, guys, and he points to it on the ground, and he kind of gives you a little bit of a heads up. Don't step on it. It's like right here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we should
So
cautiously walk across.
So Fluter, you guys are walking with Fluter. He's just walking ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So he walks over to the bars, and you can look down into the bars, and you can see down into a room. Okay.
Like we're on top of a room?
Like you're up above.
Okay.
Okay. You're up above.
Looking down.
Yep. And it's a room that's circular. It's a bigger room.
Mhm.
And in the center is an altar. Okay. And the altar has a fountain that's coming up above it, and it's spewing blood. That's raining down into a pool. And the altar's got multiple symbols. It's raining down into a pool that surrounds the altar.
Mm-hmm.
The blood is.
Okay.
And there's a little bit of a walkway
so it creates like this mushroom of like water, and it just like fountains straight
into the
into
down into the
into
pool.
like
Yeah.
little moats.
Except it's blood
Yeah.
instead of water.
Mm-hmm. Kind of cool, huh?
Yeah.
There's boxes around in here. There's several boxes around in here. You can see some jars. It looks like broken sticks and stuff. And then there's a spot on the altar, like a platform on the altar,
Mm-hmm.
for stuff. Okay.
Is there any
There are tables. The platform is empty.
Okay.
There are tables around, and that's what you guys can see. And there are several torches. The area is well lit.
The bars, what are they made of?
They're made of thick steel. There's honestly no way to get through it. And you can see there is a magical aura on the bars.
Okay. This bar is magical, so
Do we
it's-
see any doors or anything linking to that?
So-
room?
Yes, there are doors.
So this room could be
Let me see.
magically sealed.
Yeah, basically. You can see doors to this room. There are 2 doors. There's a door, sorry. My apologies. You see, let me show you what else you see. Okay? You can see another room that's up high here. Bars. And then you see another, so let me move the table. The table's more like right here. And there's a table below you guys too. So right here, it looks like there's not a door, but there's a hallway that opens up. And then you can see over here what looks like a door, but it's a shut door.
feels like this is a boss fight room, and we have to kill the boss before we can move on to the next room. Fucking wow.
Ah. That's what you see.
Okay.
Okay,
Explore further.
so where are we going?
That
Wall's
other,
right next to us, so
that other hallway. Yeah.
So you're going to go down here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you're going to go that way for a little bit. And there's another hallway that goes right here. This is more level. Remember, that went down. And then this goes like this. And then you can see it opens up into another hallway. There's Egyptian and like Mayan looking symbols all over the walls. There's what looks like you can make out symbols, like Egyptian type symbols, along this wall as you look, of people being tied up and sacrificed, and looks like being murdered and drained of their blood. You can kind of make it out by looking at kind of the figures as you walk along the
yeah,
the wall.
pictographs.
That T in the middle, what is that? Where does that lead to?
What T?
Right.
This goes, you can see that goes further down, but what T? Where does
A
this
little
go?
Like when we pass here, and yeah, where does that?
That
open
goes, you can see down here,
to? Uh-huh.
goes into a smaller room. You can kind of see the room.
Okay. Door or no door?
There's no door. I'll tell you when there's doors.
Can we explore that room? Pluto?
Yeah. So Fluter looks around and he says, I don't see anything in here special. When you get into the room, there are 2 boxes right here.
Check the boxes.
Yeah. First of all, are the boxes magical?
You can feel that there is some magical essence about the box.
The box itself. Like-
No.
Not the, okay.
There's
in
an
the
aura.
box.
Okay. There are auras within the box, not the box itself.
Correct.
So they're okay. The box
pop
is
these
locked. Or
The boxes are locked.
Fluter, can you pick these locks?
So Fluter looks at it and he starts to toy with this box over here. He starts to work with it with a lockpick, and he is successful at picking the lock. He opens it up, and inside,
There are magical items within these boxes.
you can see that already.
Well, you told me that they're magical auras. So.
Yes. Inside of it, you find a dagger.
Okay. Is it a pretty dagger?
It is a pretty dagger. It is a It is a. It's like a bluish dagger, and it's got a bluish aura that you can see on it.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe I don't know who you want to write that down. And then
Whoever
you
wants to
also
record it.
see a ring in that box.
Ring.
And it is a ring that has a green gem on it.
The ring does?
The ring has a green gem on it.
Okay.
And you can feel that they have magic about them. Be careful about
Same kind of gem as the sword?
the sword.
Sword.
No, the sword is blue.
No,
He's talking about the sword that you guys.
Yeah, the sword
Before.
that we found.
No, it's a different gem.
Okay. So I was like, we do have that sword.
You really want to identify magic, don't you? Let me see what it says.
Wait.
The dagger has a bluish aura.
Okay. Let's see if you're successful.
Which object are you identifying?
Yeah, what are you identifying?
Huh?
What are you identifying?
Ring or
The ring.
Okay.
6.
Okay. You start to cast Identify on it, and it doesn't work. Unfortunately.
You want to try this dagger?
I'll try the dagger. 16.
Okay. So you cast Identify on the dagger, and you find out that the dagger is a ice dagger.
Ooh.
It has an ability on it that can be cast once a day that allows you to shoot a beam of ice.
Nice.
Other than that, it just behaves like a regular dagger. It's cooler to the touch. Now that you've kind of figured out what it is, you can see why it's blue. Okay?
Makes sense.
Take the dagger and stab into her gloves. Heart.
Because you're out for the loot. Okay?
No, that's
Fluter Flan goes to the other box and
It would be too obvious.
is not able to pick the lock on the other box.
Can I break it?
You can try.
I'll try to break it.
Let's see.
No.
Okay, you don't break it then. and I'm not looking to let you keep trying to break it and keep re-rolling. Once you roll, you're done.
Thean, you're a strong guy. You want to try?
That's what you say to Thean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try. Thean hits it with a sword, and he breaks the lock. He opens it up, and in it is a belt.
I weakened it.
I weakened it. A belt
Okay.
and an eye patch.
Eye patch.
Both of them have a magical aura about them.
Okay. These are both magical as well. Would you care to identify these or try to identify these?
Belt.
Yeah, I'll
Curious
identify.
about that eye.
I'll see if I can identify the eye patch first.
Okay?
Yeah, that one's curious to me.
17.
So you are able to identify the eye patch. The eye patch gives the wearer the ability to see magical auras. Like your vision.
Oh.
So it's useless for you, but
And now I'll see if I can identify the belt. 8.
okay. You are able to feel something about the belt. It doesn't feel right. That's all you're able to feel. You don't know anything else.
Okay.
Is it a belt of magical might? Does it give you superior strength?
She doesn't know.
A lot of
Just
magical
doesn't
belts
feel-
are like that.
Doesn't feel right. That's all I could get out of it.
Okay.
Let's just use it as a whip.
Probably
Alright.
holding on to it might not be always the best thing if you've got something like that.
We'll put it in the the bag of Haver, whatever. It's called.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, where are we going?
Well, out and to
Um,
the hallway. The T taking another. Oh, taking a left.
Okay. You come over to this. And what you actually see is a wall there.
Doesn't do a U shape.
A wall here. A wall here. And it opens up. Let's do this. I'm starting to lose my
Point of reference?
no, not point of reference. I'm drawing too big.
Your scale.
My scale, yeah. Because this is much bigger than what I'm drawing.
Okay.
So remember that.
All right.
This once we get to this, I'll draw it in a correct scale.
Imagine if we had like a digital touch.
That I could
screen
actually
that you
have the
can-
map.
and then zoom in and out.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
what I would love.
And then you can choose which area we can see. And
So just work with me on the scale a little bit, okay, guys? I'm not perfect. And this opens, you can see that this opens up into a room, and this just continues.
wow. Is it a large room?
It is a large room. Do you go and look into the room a little bit?
I peek
I mean,
in.
there's tons of
Take a peek.
openings, so I would imagine.
So you
Looks
look
like
into this room,
Bone.
and on the room, in this room, are several altars. And along all three altars,
Dude, these altars look like human size.
yes, they are. There's blood all over them. Blood pools on the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a temple of like a blood god type thing, so.
You see a table over here with several instruments and what looks like weapons, not weapons, but daggers and stuff.
Stuff to cut them open and pry them apart and stuff.
And then along the walls, you see almost what looks like panels. There's panels along these walls.
Panels.
There's
Do they
four
have
panels.
handles on them?
They do.
Okay.
Like, as in drawer type panels, or like.
Like
you
it's
can-
a big, like a panel that's like a little about the height of this room. That opens up almost like a door, but it's very thin. It's about 3 feet wide. So so like a panel like this, and there's a handle on each of the panels.
Like a really big locker.
Almost like what you would put like an ironing board in.
Okay. I get it.
But I really doubt it's an ironing board hiding in.
I mean, if there was an iron.
Obviously. But I'm
Um,
using it to describe it a little bit.
Okay.
So you guys are right here.
Avoid it. Let's go.
Yeah, let's skip it.
I think
Let's
we
go
waste
that
of
way.
time to look.
This way.
Okay.
Yeah? We're all good?
Yeah, I'm good with
This way?
continuing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, would you like to wear the eye patch? It gives you, allow you to see. the
Yeah,
magical
that
aura.
would be a good idea.
Okay. That is.
It will let you see the aura, but remember, one eye's closed.
Glow. This place is humongous. Do we see any more symbols on the ground, or is it pretty safe so far?
You are seeing more symbols on the ground, but
Nothing that he says.
nothing that
Fluter says. we
Fluter
need
has
to
said you need to avoid at the moment. So you guys are right here. Where are we going?
avoid. Yeah, this way.
Okay. So you come across this area.
The junction.
Yep, a junction right here that continues. There's a way this direction, and then obviously you can actually see over here. And Fluter says, "Hey, be careful. Don't step. There is another panel on the ground over here. This one is not a symbol of a tiger. This one is the symbol of a snake."
Ooh,
Of a what?
the snakes.
A snake.
So
So
And
we
it's
don't.
the same symbol of the coinage that you guys were
So
seeing.
we're not
The guy
supposed
was
to.
getting pain.
We're
paid
not
us.
supposed to step on the snake then.
Yes.
see, that's weird. You would think that snake would be safe, but it's not.
I think it varies based off the direction you're in.
Okay. Should we? Let's try this way. Seems like
Which
that.
way?
We're gonna go this way
Mm-hmm.
to see what's in that little hallway down.
Okay, so you go in there. And it opens up into a room. And on the floor in the room are bodies lined up along the walls.
Hmm.
Piles in the corner. And as you look at the bodies, you can see the faces all look
The same.
the same. They're all identical. And each one of them is disfigured. Blood's all over the floor in here. And as you go in a little bit further, roll a d20, roll a d20, and roll a d20.
14.
16.
1.
You slip on the blood and fall to the ground, making some noise. And here you start to see some movement. You can see some movement happening as something's alive in there, and it's making its way out from underneath some of the corpses because they're stacked in piles. And as it starts to move, you can hear it like screaming.
I'm gonna go towards it. Do I see whatever?
You can see something is trying to get out from some of the corpses,
Okay.
and as it starts to make that noise,
Other one.
these ones start to shake. The bodies on the ground here start to shake. You start to see. And then you hear them all start to make that same noise.
Mercy kill.
To some of these over here.
To the one that's first making.
It's not all the way fully out yet. It's
Oh,
still
okay.
pushing corpses to the side, and they all start to vibrate and shake and move.
I'm gonna start mercy killing all of it.
You're going to start mercy killing these?
Yes.
Okay, let's roll.
Okay. Mercy kills is hold it in and stab. 18.
Okay, so which one are you going for first?
The closest one to me.
So you moved in.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you're going to go for this one.
Yes.
Okay, so you
I'm gonna use that
Give me-
blue dagger.
give me. Okay, you're just going to use it as a dagger.
Yeah.
Okay.
To mercy kill.
So you stab it, and you could feel some of the ice power go into the thing, and the creature. And it stops shaking.
Okay.
But the dagger doesn't do any ice stuff like when you
Oh,
stab into it.
you could see it to freeze it a little bit.
Okay. We just only can use the beam.
And
once
you
a
can
day.
hear it screaming, and you can hear noises, and you guys start to hear some noises echoing down in the halls outside from you.
Oh. Get
Oh.
ready. I'm gonna finish these while. Let's get ready. If you guys can get ready to
Yeah.
see whatever is coming our way, and if one of you can help me doing
Yeah.
the mercy kill,
So-
let's end their misery. They don't deserve to suffer like this.
Okay.
They're also creating a lot of noise.
Yes, they are, and waking
Yes.
stuff up, and
Sorry, guys.
Let's see. I think I have.
they're all shaking.
have it.
I have more
Dagger.
daggers. If you need one, I'll hand you a dagger.
Well, I
Theon,
sure you have
Theon turns after he sees you mercy kill one. He stabs one, and you hear it cry out in pain again.
yeah, I have a small dagger on me.
Okay, roll a d20.
14.
Okay, you stab at it, and it screams. So you guys are just stabbing the shaken bodies.
But
Okay.
I'm trying to do it like from the back of the head, if possible. Just basically the most direct death possible.
Well, especially with
instead of,
zombies.
Like,
You know what I
instead
mean?
of like stabbing in the chest or something where they could still be suffering for
Okay, roll for the next one.
20.
Okay, you kill it.
Okay.
Theon goes for another one. He misses.
How do you miss mercy?
I don't know.
Ian?
He rolls a 2. He misses. I don't know what to say.
It
13.
just doesn't kill him.
He just doesn't kill him. So he has to stab it again. And he doesn't kill it again. He stabs it. Oh, he finally kills it.
What does a 13 do?
Yes, the 13 kills it. So the one that starts to make its way out of the pile there,
Uh-huh.
you can see is coming out. It's got multiple heads. Another head has grown out, and you can see it's the same head. Both of them are the same head as all the same bodies, and it's got legs, multiple legs. Like it's really a fucking
It
terrible
reminds me
abomination.
of Resident Evil 2.
Yes, it's a terrible
So
abomination.
whoever is doing the magic, sucks at it.
And it gets out of the.
Okay, I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna cast Cloud of Daggers, right at its head,
Wow.
or at its whole body and stuff.
Cloud
I
of
think.
daggers. How does that work?
Let me see. I know it's in here.
You guys hear down the hallway. You can hear banging, like something's trying to get out of a door. And then you can hear the humming and the more screaming
probably
coming
from-
down from here.
From that direction, right?
It is coming
It's
from this
probably
direction.
from in that
but you
room,
can hear
in
it.
the door things, the panels. Well, we could just leave them. Nah.
Yeah, but they're making a lot of noise.
Jeez. We should just kill them all. I wish I brought some flammable stuff. Who here has alchemy? Any of you alchemists?
There it is.
Not the Legion.
Okay, Cloud of Daggers. It
Do you have any incendiary?
fill the air with spinning
Explosive.
daggers in a cube 5 feet on each side, centered on a point you choose. Within range, a creature takes 44 slashing damage when it enters the spell's area.
Roll.
6.
Okay. How much damage?
44.
Okay, roll 44.
Okay, so I took out 3 so far, and Theon took out
Take
2.
out 2.
Okay.
Okay, 3.
I have a silence, that
And
no staff can
read
go
that
through
one.
within 20-foot radius sphere. So
You want to cast it?
I probably shouldn't do it in the one that we're doing because you're already killing everything. So I probably
Okay,
should
2.
go out and see if there's anything down the hall
There's
and then cast
5.
it on the bigger room. I don't know how big the room is. Though,
3
like
and-
in generality.
Okay, 10 total.
Okay, so you cast it. It's a terrible shot, but you still hit it a few times. It screams out in pain, and it still keeps. It starts to come towards you, like it is coming to attack like a zombie. You're right.
I'm trying to finish the last two.
Okay, go ahead.
Ooh, a 3
You missed.
and a 2.
You missed again.
Help me.
You're gonna attack, or what are you doing?
Do you want me to go
Thean is
silence or do you want me to attack?
Thean is gonna go. You guys need to decide. Thean is gonna go attack another one, and he kills another one.
Okay, well, I'll just try one more time. 2.
So Fluter Flan is going to attack the big one that's coming towards him, and he does attack it, and he basically jumps onto it, and as it tries to, with all its arms, multiple arms, tries to grab at him, and he basically takes his dagger and goes right through the back of the skull into the brain. Does it to the one and then grabs the other head and goes again to the other one. And the creature falls down and starts screaming. So there's still one more in there that's writhing in pain.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't seem to hit it. And neither can I. You go again.
Okay. One last try before I switch to spells. 8.
You killed it.
Okay.
It's sitting there.
Enough stabs, it finally.
Okay, so you guys, the moaning and stuff stops in this room.
But
There's still moaning and stuff coming down the hall, and you can tell it's coming down this direction.
Okay, let's
Noises.
Let's go out and check. You can't stay in here. There doesn't seem to be any other exit.
Yeah, there's nothing in there, but
Okay.
got a room full of corpses.
Yeah. Let's go out. See
So
what's
you
in there.
are you gonna come back down this way,
Let's go the other
or do you
direction.
want to go this way?
We could just continue.
Yeah, let's go the other way.
It has noise there, but like there's already been a lot of noise created, and I'm sure they already know and going that direction.
Yeah,
if
because
there is
we've
anything,
already seen what was in this direction. So let's go in the parts where we haven't seen yet.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so you go a little bit further down. We're really getting to an end, guys.
Yeah, if it's gonna put us into anything that's gonna take like a half an hour or an hour to finish, then
We
we
may
might
have to
wanna
call
just
it.
call it now.
Yeah, we're probably just gonna have to call it now, guys.
Yeah,
We spent-
I've kind of.
We spent a lot of time in the town,
Yeah.
more than I would have liked.
Yeah, but you give us a town.
I know,
Of course,
I know.
we're gonna at
Want
least
to
explore it. Yeah.
I get it. Let me take a picture of this so I know what to draw when we come back.
Okay, Steph, can
Okay,
you
so we're gonna call
take
it an
that
end.
cover off of the? Oh yeah, Braden, if you do it. I just taped it on. So